Uh, let's add the screen on the stage. Oh, okay. Proposh. Hmm. Let's
Hello,
check it. Hello, man. Welcome.
how are you, man?
Uh, I'm okay. How about you?
Okay, where are you from?
From heaven.
Sorry,
Okay, it sounds okay.
Rabakalol.
Okay. We checked this out. Okay, we're good to go. Yeah, we I was just telling the story of live streams. I just started,
Mhm.
yeah, like you said, 2 weeks, yeah, so far. And there was a guy here on this platform. Okay, I kicked him for some reason, but he was coming back and attacking,
I see.
and he was like, "You're a coward. Go live on YouTube and let me discuss with you." I was like, "Fuck! Like, if you want to discuss, just discuss."
Hello.
And
Hello.
probably he
Right.
was,
Just make your points.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
and probably
Hello.
he meant that. Oh, it's too noisy,
Nice
man.
to meet you all of you.
Okay, like for me, it's not a nice start. You should know that.
Ye- Yeah, I'm Santosh Barwad over here. I'm
And
from
we're not
India.
engaging. That's not good.
Uh,
Also, that's another point that we're not going good. But anyway, at least there are 3 points. But anyway, okay, I can do it like this. Okay, Santosh, you should
Hello.
wait a second, not a second, more than a second, to understand what's
yeah,
going on
so
here. Then you can
yeah.
interrupt maybe later on.
Okay,
We're
okay.
not
Thank you, sir.
even patient for that. But
Okay, thank you, sir.
let's see. Okay, at least thanks for that amount of understanding. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was gossiping about that guy, and uh, and I started calling him "Go Live Bitch" because every time he joins the room, he was like, "Hey, go live, go live, go live," and I was like, "Fuck!" Like,
Right.
what was the point? And I even didn't know how to go live. Okay, and I just learned later on when I decided to go live. I need some other applications and etc. So probably he was assuming that when I'm recording, sure, like, and that's not an assumption because I said on the welcome message, like the conversation is being recorded and can be posted on YouTube. So that means I am cherry picking. That's normal,
Right.
not uploading everything. And sure, I was editing because there are a lot of gaps, right? People join, they don't talk. I don't talk when people are not talking. So I was editing all those parts. And probably he was afraid that I was just not share his part. For going live, and yeah, and now I'm
That
here.
tracks. That tracks. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. No, I think just having it live streamed on YouTube is like the best choice you could probably do.
Maybe I don't know. I just seen like, but by the way, like he was not the reason for going live. And I was seeing videos mentioning about live streams because for watch time, like, I still didn't get monetized, so they said it's helpful, and I was like, well, maybe I should try. And we are waiting for that guy. I don't know. I don't remember who was that, but if he joins, maybe he can mention it. Oh yeah,
I
you're live,
You're
buddy.
making steps in the right direction, I think.
Mm,
So you'll
mm,
get there. You'll get there.
okay. I don't know, but we'll see. And by the way, like it's okay even if I don't get anywhere because I am creating these rooms for many years. So I nearly talk every day about these topics. So for me, it's not a big deal to just stream it. It's just one more thing. It takes a couple of minutes to prepare the setup, and yeah, we are here. So yeah, we have speakers. maybe speakers, maybe speakers. They're listening right now. Okay, let's first give the chance to Santosh. Santosh, we had some problems when you joined. You interrupted. There was a problem, but before that, there was a bigger problem. Your audio.
Okay.
There is
Sorry.
there's an
Sorry, sir.
echo and
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
background noise and there's these interruptions all the time. So these are big problems. But anyway, did you see the title? Let's
The
try.
title I have seen: God, theism, agnosticism, morality, afterlife, soul,
Oh, so and if you
system
were
of religion, the
listening
purpose of life.
for the last couple of minutes, you know that this is live on YouTube right now, and you didn't need to
Okay.
listen us. If you read the welcome message, you could easily understand. But anyway,
Okay.
oh, okay, Akash, I hope you're doing good. Whatever the business that you're having, I
So
hope.
basically, can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, nowadays I'm not able to come. I see this room. I'm still not able to join because of other
Man,
things in life.
just watch on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't like listening. You like
So are
joining.
you
Okay.
having any interesting conversation? Any believers here?
We just created, and you can check the previous ones if you want.
Your YouTube channel actually. I'm seeing some videos.
Some videos, but there are
Now,
many.
one suggestion from my side. If you can do some editing, like just do some cutthroat conversation, like where actually people are having some discussion, because you're
That
uploading the
means
full video.
you were not checking the channel, you know,
No, no, I'm
deeply.
checking the channel, but I was saw the full length videos, like 3 hours,
No,
4 hours.
no, that's not true. Like those are
Those are the
live
yeah, those
ones.
are the lives. Yeah, yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah, right,
very
right. True.
normal. So it's live.
Got it.
We're
Yeah,
not
got it.
editing.
Yep, yep.
But the
Okay.
others, they're edited. Like only the last one is not edited. It's because of
Uh-huh.
my friend. He wanted me to edit it in
Right.
the main section.
Mm.
Mute Santosh.
So you guys talk. I'm gonna eat my dinner and listen to you guys. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I know, Jack. We know the background noise and the echo I mentioned, but he didn't answer any of those. Okay. Well, we couldn't start, Akash. So we are waiting for the people who are really interested in. Or well, maybe we already have Richard. Some maybe you had already some points. Let's don't
I
skip.
mean, okay, so there are many topics we could touch here, but the hardest one for me to define, yes, I understand the concept of afterlife, morality, Gnosticism, atheism, things like that. But I've yet to see any proof whatsoever regarding the concept of there being a soul.
So
If someone could tell me what a soul is, I like the idea of it. It sounds great, but could is it actually a thing, or is it just something that we like to believe is a thing?
okay, the problem with that topic is bigger than the others for me. Okay, like the God concept is also controversial. I mean, when it comes to define God, so we also have problems. But in the end, God is a that mystical being, super powerful being in general sense, right?
Hmm.
But soul is very different than the others, like afterlife, um, or angels and other things. The problem is many people interpret soul as consciousness.
Okay, I think that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a problem. So because if they mean, and but sometimes it's really hard to understand what do they mean exactly? And when I realized, oh wait, they're talking about consciousness. Okay, so I don't have a problem with consciousness. I believe in consciousness. So, but yeah, that's the problem. And sometimes some people are just going forward and coming back, and they're just mixing those topics. Then it becomes a total mess after that.
But for me, I always feel like the most ambiguous thing you could ever discuss with someone, because everyone has a different definition of a soul. Yours, which I agree with, if I had to apply anything to whatever a soul is, would be consciousness. Yes, that tracks. That makes perfect sense to me. But everyone, if you ask them, what is a soul? Everyone is going to have a different answer. And to me, insanely ambiguous. And that kind of dilutes and makes it, I don't know, it like, does that, I don't know. Maybe you disagree with this, maybe you agree, but if no one can clearly define what it is, of what it is, it, does it still matter?
That's because they're making shit up. That's why they've got all different explanations. They're just making it up as they
Yeah.
go along.
Yeah, but at least we can go somewhere with their definition. Like, yeah, we know that people have different definitions, even like each of them may have ambiguous ones. But like we can understand what do they mean sometimes. So then we can say, wait a second, I don't believe in that. Like, why? Because we don't have evidence for them. So you think that soul exists apart from the body? Wait a second. So now I can say, oh, no, I don't believe in that.
Well,
Yeah,
I've heard
that
people
tracks.
say the soul, it's inside your body. I've heard them say that too. And then I start asking them questions, and then they start getting angry because they don't have any answers.
Yeah,
And then
some
I
get
ask,
angry.
do animals have souls? And then, some of them say, yeah, they do. And some say, oh, no, only humans have souls.
Yeah, it's a tricky one for me. It's
Yeah, I know.
um I,
Mm.
I love the idea of there being something like divine within each and every being, whether it be humans and pets and God knows what else. But when there's no clear definition of what it actually is,
Yeah, I know,
I,
because they're
I,
making
I,
it up as they go along. And that's why it's so fascinating to ask questions about how they know about it and we don't know about it.
right,
And I don't think they really know about it themselves. That's why when I ask them questions about the soul, they all give me different answers that makes no sense.
so that
I
I
know
love
it's
the
fair.
idea,
It would be great if we had
but
a soul. It'd be like,
but
oh, you
if
really
everyone
just
has
want a
different answers
soul.
to it,
Look.
here we
Yeah.
are.
But see, that's what religion
Unfortunately,
does. It makes stuff up as they go along. That's why you get all these, fuzzy answers. But I like asking, the question because I like to listen to all the funny answers. Because when they got funny answers, I got more questions. Like,
right,
like
right,
one
right,
guy
right.
said, "Oh
Yeah,
no, the soul lives inside your body," and I says, "What? Any particular part?" And some people say, "No, all of your body." Like in your hands, your head. It's inside of you. It's invisible. It's inside. And then I said, "Well, if you chopped your arm off, does your soul get its arm chopped off?" And then they go, "Oh, don't be stupid." And I went, "Well, what do you mean? You got a stupid idea of a soul. I've got stupid questions like, does your soul lose an arm as well? Or, like or what happens? I want to know. I want to know how it works.
Yeah, Jack. We have
specifics. Oh, go ahead.
sorry, sir.
Sorry.
We have a question for you, Jack, from YouTube.
A question from YouTube. What's the question?
It's in the chat box. Here in the chat
Is
box.
meditated for thousands of years on something made up. Yeah, they did. Absolutely. You know, of course it's made up.
But okay, let me pose this question. Even if something is made up, could it be used to serve a better purpose to guide people towards a better direction and get people in line accordingly?
Well,
Does
when
that
you make
track?
things up, yeah, of course you're trying to trick people. It's like a used car salesman.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's right,
Oh
but
no, I'm not saying it's right either, but it manipulates people.
it does for sure. No, isn't that like the simplest definition of religion?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, everything's made up.
Kind
But
of.
yeah,
If you
hey,
if you if you boil it down, yeah, it's gonna track down to just manipulating people to doing a certain thing.
yeah, yeah, tell lies, manipulate people just to get them in line. Threaten them. Threaten them with hell too. Throw that one in. Like do as I say, or you're going to go to hell. It's been going on it even goes on even today, like with, I don't know, those death cults, Jim Jones, when he, you know, told all his congregation, like the end is near and all that. And then he goes and gives them the Kool-Aid and they all go and die.
I I feel like of course, naturally mandatory shout outs. No, yes, I'm not in favor of cults or anything
Mm.
like that. But if you're part of a cult, you're kind of already almost too far out anyway. So
Oh,
eh.
some people leave the
But
cults, like some people want to leave.
hopefully, yes. I've heard of people doing exactly that. But
Yeah, but then
in,
they threaten you and they chase you around and all the rest of it. Like either to come back or
of
we're going to
course, it's a
destroy
vicious
your
cycle
family.
for sure. Yes. I absolutely agree with you. But just in terms of religion as it stands currently,
It's
a sense, yeah, I actually agree with that. But do you think it's serving a purpose in terms of teaching morality to people?
no, it's actually
Nope.
the opposite. It's
Okay,
actually the opposite.
go ahead.
It's the opposite. It teaches you to be immoral. Everything in the Bible or the Quran, everything in there is all immoral. The whole lot, from start to finish.
Mm,
Like the Bible and the Quran, they teach slavery's okay. That's immoral. Keep having a human as a slave. That got abolished. In a lot of countries, but that's immoral.
I,
Child
I
bride.
I
That's
don't
immoral.
disagree. I don't disagree.
See, the problem is you got a lot of people in the cult, right? And they try to defend the cult, and there's no defense for it. That's why they want to kill you, right? Because if it was peaceful, if religion was peaceful, they wouldn't even entertain the idea of killing you, but they do. You know, they want to kill you.
But my perception of the religious people I've met, most of them aren't hostile.
No, that's true.
They're
A lot of
actually
them
very
aren't. But
nice people, very considerate
they
and
probably are. But
accommodating.
look, I meet a lot of hostile people on this platform, right? And you know, they give me death threats, and I go, "You can't do nothing to me anyway." You know, number one, you're in a different country.
Yeah,
You know, but the internet. That's why the internet's a powerful tool,
right.
right?
Yeah.
For fighting back. You know, and that's why a lot of people leave religion because they realize, gee, I got sucked in. But they're the people who are sort of like open-minded, so to speak. But the closed-minded ones, they'll fight tooth and nail, especially if their job's at risk, you know, because that's what they,
Mm,
you know, like a priest or an imam or something like that. That's their job, right?
true.
And if you take their job away, they're going to get angry. But hey, you know, if you take one person away to save 1,000 people, so be it. You know, because it's a cult.
I
Someone
think in some
described it.
sense,
I'll
I
tell you
agree
what,
with you.
it made
Absolutely.
me laugh.
Yeah.
Someone described it to me about 6 months ago. They says if you've got a hundred members in a thing, it's a cult. If you got like 10,000 people, it's a religion. You know, they turn it into a religion. But at the root cause, it's all cult because they've come and gone through the years. You know, Christianity and Islam. They're not the first to start. There was, you know, other things going on. You know, thousands of years before them. Some of them didn't survive, and you know, once upon a time, people believed in Hercules and all of this sort of nonsense. But you know, people go, "Oh, well, that one don't work. We'll join another club."
And with the addition of it being tax exempt,
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a
so,
big. Oh yeah, you
which
beauty.
doesn't help.
Oh, I'm in for that. That's another reason why they want to start it up. And all the money you get to keep. You don't have to pay tax.
Happy days.
Yeah, keep the cult going at all cost. This is why I always use their own books against them, you know, because their own books, you know, the Bible,
Yep.
you know, the Quran, you know, there's so much rubbish and garbage in there. I don't even get off the first one. Don't worry about like the hundreds that I've got to expose the stupidity in their books, you know. And they don't like it, you know. That's when they get angry, you know. They make up things like, oh, it doesn't say that, or it doesn't mean that, and you're reading it wrong, and blah 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 blah. And they're on the losing streak when they have to go down those roads.
No, it is unfortunate when you live your life by a book,
Yeah,
no matter which book, but you have to clarify. It's like, actually, no, they were trying to say this. It's like,
yeah,
then maybe you shouldn't be like, just do the right thing. It shouldn't be according to this, because clearly that's not saying the right thing. Very simple. That kind of tracks for me. I don't. Hey, when there's clarification needed, then maybe there's
yeah.
something that either hasn't
Yeah,
aged well, which is perfectly fine because these are age-old texts
yeah.
written by numerous people,
Go Girders.
not just one person, numerous
No, I
people.
know, I know. And they can't even
Numerous
get the
people.
story straight.
Yeah, and it's just like, no, actually, no, this is the most modern interpretation that applies to my life currently. It's like,
And they need humans to clarify what God really means. You know, like God can't be clear. It needs humans to try and mop up the stupidity. You know, that
right, right.
that
Yep.
amazes me. Like, oh, God couldn't do it, but we need humans to fix it.
We're gonna sort it out for sure, and it's
Yeah,
gonna
and
happen.
even the
We're gonna
humans
do it.
aren't even on the same page. Even the humans can't even sort it out. They're going, oh, he says this and this guy says that, and blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah. It's like, oh my god, what a mess! It's a fucking shit show.
Aye.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing. Yeah, Jesus come, he saved no one.
He
Yeah, every one of Jesus's prophecies or so-called prophecies, not one of them is fulfilled. Not one.
I'm actually very okay with someone supposedly dying to make up for all of my sins.
Yeah, the problem
Actually,
is
cheers. Thank
he
you.
died for your sins, but there's still sin. So what do you have to die for? He died for nothing because you're a sinner still.
It's an endless loop. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was a waste
Here
of
we
time.
are.
But that's
I'm waiting for someone to speak up. Like someone
that's
challenge this,
illogical.
please. Give us something.
That's
People go to
illogical.
planet.
Jesus cannot die for anyone's sin. No one can die for anyone's sins. That's illogical. Why would anyone suffer from another sin? Like, it's completely illogical.
But isn't that the origin story? The whole Jesus arc?
Mm,
Like that's his whole thing, right?
well,
I don't think
Yeah, it ask a normal person to, hey, can you suffer so we are gonna be okay? Yeah, that doesn't track. You're right. It doesn't
that
make
wasn't
sense.
that wasn't the whole thing, by the way. Yeah, there was lots of stuff happening. So-called Jesus, original Isa alayhi salam. So many stuff and many falsified stuff. Really, the one thing is we do agree the Bible came from God, but it is not preserved today, and it's like really corrupted by generations. And the only preserved thing that what
No, I was going to say I agree with you. Yes, it's been changed. It's been translated. It's been edited. It's been changed by so many people. So it's kind of a wonkos bonkos proposition to actually take it to heart. But
and the
yeah,
first Bible was sent by God, but like it's not preserved. That's why we disagree on many logics written into it. Yeah. And on the other hand, Quran is like memorized by lots of people. Even today, lots of people are memorizing it. Even
yeah,
if you
I
read
haven't
it,
found one Muslim has memorized anything.
I don't understand.
I know, me either. I don't understand either.
Well,
He means repeat, Bulldog.
Repeating something's not memorizing.
No, no, no.
Oh, he didn't understand me.
No, no, there was interruption by, I think, from somebody else, but just repeat your statement.
Yeah, the Quran's not memorized by anybody. No one can even memorize the first few pages. Don't worry about the whole book.
well, there are lots of people out there, and I have sources by the way.
They can't even, hey, listen,
And it's just
listen, I'll
readable.
tell you
It's
something
just
now.
readable.
Don't worry about memorizing it. They don't even know what it means.
What? Lots of people And lots of Arab people, they memorize with the meaning because they are
They don't even
Arab.
know half the meanings what's in there.
Works in the yeah.
Not only that,
You,
what
yeah. One who preaches the Quran doesn't know anything about the Quran. Of course, you're very logical.
every time I speak to someone about the Quran, they won't give me answers.
They won't give you answers. Go to
And when they
ChatGPT.
do, and when they do try and give me answers, it makes no
Go to
sense.
ChatGPT and get your
They call me
answers.
stupid.
Go to ChatGPT and get your answers. Really
I
easy.
do. I do. I don't even need to go to ChatGPT. I can put it in here. Even this silly AI, what's in this platform.
No, this AI is not as strong or not as trained as
Yeah,
the
the AI
old.
still gives me the same answers.
If I ask a question, it will say it is sensitive and won't answer.
Okay,
You know
all right.
that?
Well, I don't want a sensitive AI. Well, if it's sensitive, you can't ask it then. Okay, look, I'll tell you what, right? You go to any platform, I don't care if it's AI or whatever, and ask the AI, are humans made from clay? Because the Quran says that humans are made from clay, right? Go and ask it and post the answer in the side chat. A matter of fact, I'll do it in here because this is the dumb AI. Let's see how dumb it is. Let's see how dumb this AI is. Okay, let's see. There we go. This is a dumb AI. I asked it if humans are made from clay, and this dumb AI, well, what's in this room, said no. So go to a smart AI and see if it'll give you a yes. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
He was claiming that there's no such a claim in the Quran.
Why don't we go to the next one? Does the sun set in muddy water? That's a classic. I like that one.
What?
Does the sun set in muddy water like the Quran says? The Quran says the sun sets in muddy water. Is that true?
I don't understand your bitch's accent. Can you speak properly?
He said it quite clear. It was very
Agnostic,
easy to understand.
Can you ask him, please?
Oh, some say it's made. Humans are made out of muddy water. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm
No.
not.
Oh my God. Philosopher, please translate for me, please.
Translate what exactly?
Ask him about, are humans made from clay? That's my first question. My second question is, does the sun set in muddy water?
Okay, you already asked the questions and the AI, right?
No, I don't understand the second one. I understand the first one though.
Okay, like there's this story about Zulkarnain in the Quran, and it doesn't give the name, by the way, but people assume that it's Zulkarnain, I think, or I can be wrong. Maybe it's clearly talking about
Yeah,
Zulkarnain.
that's
So
correct.
he
You got it
visits,
right.
he goes to places, and he reaches a place where he sees that the sun is setting in the mud. So that's the story, and then that's what he was talking about.
The sun is setting where?
In the mud.
In the mud?
MUD. Yeah.
Hang on a second. You know what? I'll put it in the side chat. The
Give the
Quran verse.
words.
I'll put the verse in the side chat so you can read it. There.
Okay, let's demonstrate that
Let me
also.
see.
Until he reached the setting point of the sun, which appeared to him to be setting in a spring of murky water, where he found some people. We said, "Oh, Zulkarnain." So I was right. It's about Zulkarnain. Either
Yeah.
punish them or treat them kindly.
And here's another verse out of the Hadith which says the same thing. There.
Okay.
It states it's appeared to him. It doesn't it doesn't say it
False
is.
translation. It's a false translation. If you understand how to speak Arabic, it doesn't say appear.
You know more than the okay, yeah.
No, I don't know more. I'm just telling you. I've already speak to Arabic people, right, who speak Arabic and can read Arabic, and they say it doesn't say appear. He says I reached the place, right?
Give me your source.
There it is. It's on the screen.
I hope okay.
You
What?
can go to if you want to. You can
Well,
go to
many people
Quran.com,
here,
and then
find it.
if you put your cursor over the Arabic, it translates it into English, and nowhere does it say appear because there's a lot of false translations.
Okay. I'll check it word by word. Uh, yeah, it doesn't say it appeared to him. And in the end, he reached where the sun set. He found it while setting.
There you go. See, you wouldn't if it appeared, you wouldn't keep going on and saying, "Oh, I found it," and all of the other stuff. You know, the last one that I posted is a more correct translation, and there's no appear in there.
Okay.
Yeah, reading the chat made it easy for you to understand what it meant. And this statement makes Islam a lie, right? Yeah, of course.
Of course it does. The whole book's a load of nonsense.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You can find the explanation in the side chat. If sun sets, we will die.
Does the earth? Okay. Does the earth rest on the back of a whale?
Does the earth what?
Does the earth rest on the back of a whale?
Oh, it was from Hadith, right? Jack, it's from Hadith, right?
No, I think it's in the Quran as well.
Hmm. Okay. My bad
So
memory.
anyway,
then.
you can't turn around and use the same excuse that it appears, because no one is on the outside of the earth looking and saying it's on the back of a whale. So you can't use that excuse. So does the earth rest on the back of a whale?
I don't think there's anything back on the well resting. Could you
Okay.
find words?
Yeah, if I find it, what are you going to say?
Because I cannot find it. Then I'll give you the
No, I know
explanation.
you'll never be able to find anything. I know. All right, hang on a second. I'll find it for you. All right, I found it.
It's Hadith, Jack.
I'll post it now for you. It's Tafsir, I think.
Okay, let me share that.
This is a YouTube video. Okay, what does it
It's
say?
not a video. It's
I want the verse. I don't want a random ass YouTube video.
okay. No worries.
Yeah, we should be clear, Jack. So where it comes from exactly?
Hang on.
This idea comes from old Israeli, Jewish and Christian folklore.
No,
Stories that
no, here
stories
it is.
entered some
There
early
you go.
Islamic.
There you
Okay.
go. It's a Tafsir. It says it up the top where you can find it.
I thought you say it's in the Hadith and the Quran.
The Tafsirs are a narration of the Quran. It's an explanation of the Quran.
Do you know? Quran explained it. Okay, even Quran did. It's mentioned that the idea comes from some old Israeli, Jewish, and Christian folklore stories that entered some early Islamic commentaries, tafsir, but they're not from the Quran or authentic Hadith. What's your point? I don't understand, bro.
What part don't you understand?
Wait. Like if I have the name of a Christian and make a explanation about it, am I like representing the whole? Even if this matter, leave this matter, bro.
Well, that means you
Even-
don't represent anything then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Jack, like this time point goes to Ishraq, yeah. So it's just a tafsir. Like there's nothing written like that in the Quran, even probably in
Yeah,
Hadith.
exactly.
So that's not a point, man. Okay.
I follow the Quran and the Hadith, not any shit like another thing, bro.
Okay, you follow the Quran and the Hadith, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on a second.
And the other one, like the muddy water, the sunset, that can be also interpreted easily in a metaphorical way, because we use those words like
The
when
Quran's
we
got a
say,
book of metaphors.
come again.
All right, explain this Hadith to me.
Okay, Jack.
I'll post it in the side chat.
Okay, of course. Oh, Messenger of Allah, does that really happen? He said, yes, the water of the man is thick and white, and the water of a woman is thin and yellow. What's your claim?
Okay, what's the water from the man? What is it?
Okay, let me look up. Why don't I just
Like
look up?
you need to look that up, do you?
Well, I got a nice answer for you coming up. Just wait.
Well, there's your answer in there in this hadith here. It's Sahih too, by the way, just in case you didn't read it. It'll tell you what the water of the man is.
Yeah, I know it's sperm. I think it's a sperm or something.
Oh, okay. Well, it says sperm, right? Do you see it on the hadith? See on the bottom it says the man's discharge, i.e., sperm. It's thick and white. Do you agree with the hadith or not?
And it's scientifically proven. So
I'm not asking you if you don't talk about scientifically. Is the white liquid sperm? Yes or no? The hadith says it's sperm. Do you agree with the hadith?
let me read the context first. Wait.
Jack, can you make the whole argument also so that all people
Oh
can
well,
understand it clearly?
I can, but I want him to agree before, because I don't want him to start hopping around and changing his mind. So I want him to either agree with the hadith, because he did say he likes the Quran and the hadith. So I'm going to give him all Sahih hadiths, and I want to see if he agrees with them. Because if he disagrees with them, we can't.
Describe as male fluid as semen, as thick and white. Yeah, male
Okay,
one.
so
Yeah,
you agree with it, right?
yeah, male one. Yeah.
Okay.
Women also clear sexual arousal, often clear or yellowish. Okay, let me see.
Oh, stay with Jack and you can have more questions, Richard.
Well, it's the yellow liquid mentioned in the hadith refers to female sexual fluid that can come out during sexual arousal or orgasm.
Yeah, what's the yellow liquid called?
I think it's called cervical mucus or
Yeah, what's
something.
it
I don't know.
called? Like we agreed that the white liquid's called sperm, right? So what's the yellow liquid called?
Yeah. Well, I don't really know what's the yellow
You
liquid
don't
called. I
know.
don't know. Let me get the exact name. Okay.
Okay, no worries. I'll wait. Panel here knows what it's called. Type it in the side chat, please.
It's called cervical fluid.
Medical name. I want like we already agreed that the white liquid is sperm, right?
Yeah.
And it cervical fluid, right? Right. If it's yellow, I think we.
Jack, mate.
That one.
I'm
That
sorry,
one
I'm
was-
struggling with this one. This one is tricky.
Yeah, it's very tricky, isn't it? You could fall into a really bad situation if you was to have sex with a woman and yellow liquid come out. You'd be struggling with that. You'd be going, "Oh my God, what have I done?"
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah.
It's called cervical fluid. It doesn't mention semen or anything. I
No,
think
I
it's
know.
a.
Well,
I think it's pee or something.
P. Okay. Do you want to go with P or cervical fluid? Because
Cervical
I've got
fluid.
another question. I've got another question for you.
Yeah, cervical
Once you
fluid.
give me an answer.
Cervical fluid.
Okay. Now, do you think that sperm and cervical fluid makes babies?
Yeah.
Babies are made. Oh, really? Wow. I think you've got yourself into a little bit of problem here, haven't you? Because, like, when I went to school, right, I never heard of anybody
Well,
mixing
well,
sperm with
it does
cervical
not.
fluid to make babies.
Well, Jack, it does not exactly put an
Well,
effort
I
in
don't
making
want
a
not
baby,
exactly.
but
I want exactly because if I'm going to make babies, I need to know how they're made.
Jack, let me finish my statement first. Semen, yes, they do directly. They're the babies, but cervical fluid, they indirectly, like in simple language, you can call them recharge the semens in simple questions. I mean,
It
simple English.
recharges the semen.
Yeah, like
Cervical fluid
like
recharges the semen.
like
And then
it contributes.
how does the baby get made from that?
Well, you of course you know that though.
I don't know
How does
that.
the
That's what
baby
I'm
get
asking
made?
you. I don't know that. If I knew it, I wouldn't be asking you.
Okay, I don't know either. So let me
Oh,
look
you
up.
don't know, so you were making it all up all along. You liar. So you didn't know.
Well, it's male sperm and female egg. That's what it is.
No,
Makes
there's
babies.
no mention of an egg there. Come on, stop lying. There's no mention in
What?
the hadith that there's no egg. Sorry.
Did I say there's any egg though? Like
Yeah, I
what?
heard you. It's recorded. I heard you say it's a sperm and an egg. But we all know that there's no egg mentioned there. So don't add things what aren't there to get out of
Is
the
does the
situation.
verse claiming? Does the verse claiming
The
that it
verse is
was?
claiming, the verse is claiming that the white liquid from the man and the yellow liquid from the woman make babies. That's what it's claiming. There's no mention of eggs. Okay, so let's not go down there and add things to the hadith or the Quran. Don't start doing that. Just tell me what that yellow liquid's called, right? Because so far, right, you think that the cervical fluid and sperm make babies, and you've tried your best to get out of this situation. I must hand it to you, but I don't believe you so far. So do you want to keep going?
Yeah, I want to see the end of it. Yeah, I want to keep going.
Oh, really? You want more punishment, do you? All right, let's find something else what we can get you. All right, so.
Oh yeah, it does. It does make babies. Yeah, that too does
Oh,
make babies.
really?
Yeah.
It makes babies. Well, tell me what makes babies. Clarify for the audience. They want to hear. Tell us how babies are made. How does it explain to me how it works?
Okay, let me just type it. Yeah. Okay.
So don't
Yeah.
worry about typing it.
Well,
We've got people on YouTube, they can't see. They want to hear from your voice how babies are made.
they can see, bro. Just tell Philosopher to open the side chat,
Well,
and they
don't
can
worry
see.
about it. Look, typing takes too long. You could tell us in 2 seconds. Explain it to us how white liquid and the yellow liquid make babies. Explain that to everybody.
Okay, wait.
Okay, guys. Like more minutes for this topic. Yeah.
maybe something else. Maybe I could ask him. Can I want to ask you something else, because I think you're going to be here forever, and it's just going to be dead air. So we'll move on to something similar, right? I want you to read.
I don't want to move on.
I know. You said give me another one. I'm going to give you another one. I actually.
You didn't say. Wait. No. I didn't say give me another one. What do you mean?
All right. I want you. I want to read this to you, right? This is
No, I want to first clarify this. You mentioned it.
I've been waiting. It's dead air. We're
It's a
waiting
dead.
for
Yeah. Ishrak. Look, it's a dead end. Yeah, and we should move on. Okay.
All right. Let me read.
But like he didn't clarify.
This one. Let me read it. Be quiet for a second. Then we made the sperm. Right, that's the male sperm.
No, brother. Wait. See, philosopher. That's the problem. You don't want to listen too much. You just want to ask questions.
No. That's not the case this time. We waited a lot for you to give answers.
Because I'm not a biologist. I want to find sources, then present it to you.
Okay, like
I'm not a biologist.
if you already don't know about these ones, we can postpone. Okay, you can learn. Like this is not your first time here. You can join back again. Then we can, discuss about that while knowing some information about it.
Yeah, while I was finding the verse, you can, like, it's not even a minute.
Found the verse. You can't find something I've already found. All right.
Like the explanation of the verse.
The next one.
The explanation of the verse. Oh yeah, you're not gonna let me talk. Of course, you're not gonna let me talk, bro.
Liquid is, and you said wait, and we waited, and I don't know what.
Fluid. It helps make the baby, so the semen that like gets from the body. Yeah, it does.
Liquid
Contributes in. It depends on the time. Participate in the war. It does make babies though.
All right. So what happens if there's no yellow liquid? Can you still make a baby?
Can I still make a? Why? Where are you going on this? I don't understand.
Don't worry about. I know where I'm going. You answer the question. Don't worry about where I'm going. I know where I'm going. You just answer. Can you still make a baby?
You're just asking like this, okay?
I know I'm asking like that. Well, why don't you give me the answer then? You said you knew all the answers, and you don't know the answers. All you're doing is criticizing me for asking you questions. I thought you knew how babies were made. I don't think you know how babies are made.
That's the question right now. We are waiting for the answer. No, man. Okay, let's move on. Seriously, let's move on. Okay. So
all right, now.
I think it will disrupt. I don't think so.
What?
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because you're not an expert on the yellow liquid, let's talk about the sperm. Can we?
I'm not expert in any of those topics you're bringing.
It doesn't sound and your prophet doesn't sound like he's an expert either. But anyway, I want to carry on, right? Because I'll let you ask Google or AI or anything. I'll ask you the question. If you don't know the answer, I want you to Google the answer, okay? And then you have to stick by the answer. All right, I'm going to ask you the question. You know, sperm, how long does it live for?
I don't know.
Okay, Google it. Put it
Tell
in
me.
proper Google. No, I'm not going to
Tell
tell
me.
you.
Jack, no, come on, man. Like it's just a number. Just give it, okay?
Okay, Google says it lasts for 5 days. Do you
Yeah,
agree? Do you agree with Google and AI and the medical
yeah,
science? Do you agree with it?
I do, yeah.
Okay, I want you to read this.
Then we made the sperm into a cloud of colony blood. Then we of that cloud we made a famous lump. Okay, what's your claim? What's your claim?
Okay, here we go. Sorry, I posted the wrong the wrong one. Here, read this.
Of course. This was your next one, eh?
Okay,
I
there
think
you
this
go.
was your
I
next
want you
one.
to read that one. Read that one.
Okay. Okay, explain.
Drop of semen, right,
Yeah,
remains in the womb for 45 nights, right?
yeah.
Semen doesn't live for 45 days or nights. It lasts for 5 days maximum.
What does it say? In the womb or outside the room?
In the womb, inside or outside, it doesn't last for 45 days.
Oh, it doesn't last inside. Oh, that's
No,
great.
it doesn't.
It's great then. It
No,
doesn't.
it
What
doesn't.
do you
No, it
mean?
doesn't.
It's the it's the process
No,
of the
it doesn't.
fetus.
Stop fucking saying it does. You already agreed that it only lasts 5 days. Now you're changing your mind.
It's in the womb, by the way.
That's right. It's in the womb. I said inside or outside the room. Womb.
No,
It
you
only
didn't
lasts
mention.
Jack,
Philosopher,
Jack,
didn't you?
hey,
Let me finish.
Jack. That was not clear. Okay, let's don't go harsh about this one. Okay, like when you first said it, it was not clear, and I also like
Yeah.
was thinking about that, and then
It does not last for 45 days inside the womb or even outside of the womb.
okay,
Yeah.
so you were saying that there is a scientific contradiction here when we look at this hadith. Okay,
Correct.
so now look, you're waiting for an answer for this case.
So he's waiting for an answer for this case. I already answered. It's in the womb. He didn't mention about the womb, about the 5 days survival.
Okay, but
How long will a sperm live? That's his claim.
That's
And
right. Inside the womb, it does not last for 45 days. I'm going to keep saying that,
he said.
right? Does not last for 45 days.
So, like, let's make it clear, Jack. It's the same amount of time inside and outside.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, I don't think it can take long to check it out. Ishraq, if you're
Then you
suspicious
can
about
Google it.
that
Ask
information,
proper Google.
or someone can do the favor and ask AI here.
But wait, what is the actual question here? What are we trying to get to?
Technically, he
Semen
didn't
does
ask the
not last
question.
for 45 days like the Hadith says. Okay? Inside, outside, upside or downside. It does not last 45 days. It dies after 5 days. That's the question. And the Hadith says no, it lasts for 45 days. So the Hadith is against medical science.
Okay, yeah, you're absolutely correct. Yeah, this doesn't track with science,
The
and
process
it
is
doesn't track
going to
with these
48,
old
but this
papers.
refers to the process of a creation or the status of a fetus, not the survival of sperm as a modern biology defines it. In Islam, there's a hadith in the Bukhari, Sahih al-Bukhari and Muslim, where the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, each one of you is collected in the womb of his mother for 40 days as a nutfa, drop of fluid. Then it becomes a clot for 40 days. Then it becomes a lump of flesh for 40
Yeah,
days.
that's all wrong. That's all wrong. That's not how babies are made. That's all
Here,
wrong.
nutfa means the initial state of
Nutfa means
creation.
sperm. Nutfa means sperm.
Well, I don't know if
Ishraq,
you're more intelligent than the
I
AI.
don't have to be intelligent. I've had Arabic speakers tell me nutfa means sperm. Okay?
Yeah.
Ishraq,
Bring back your
Ishraq.
evidence. Yeah, what?
Okay, listen to me. Okay, I've got another question for you. Right?
Okay, wait a
Does
second, Jack,
sperm
Jack, slow down, Jack. Like you can ask your question, just slow down, okay? So
Yeah, but
Richard,
why
I'm
do
sorry.
you
I'm
decide
sorry.
it?
so I
yeah,
have to
go
give you
I'm
another
sorry.
one.
Yes, Ishraq.
one question.
Are you open? Okay, so Jack has done a great job propositioning numerous ways of which how things aren't kind of lining up, which is fine. You have your belief, he has his, that's fine. Ishraq, the simple question I want to ask you is, are you open to the idea that things in your belief, in the book you subscribes to, there could be mistakes? Simple yes or no.
No,
Oh,
No mistakes.
no.
okay.
Okay,
All right.
fair
I want
enough.
to move on to something very simple. This one's really easy. This one.
Thank you.
This is out of the Quran, right? And it states that sperm
Okay,
turns
this is how the
into.
Quran. Give me a
Are
verse. I
you
didn't even
going to
read
let me speak and stop interrupting me while I'm asking my question?
it. Okay.
Then we make sperm into a clot of congealed blood, right? So it's stating here that sperm turns into a clot of congealed blood. Do you believe that sperm turns into a clot of congealed blood?
Can anyone in this voice can give me an AI? Give the AI that picture, and say explain and give the exact typing, please. I don't have
That
any
is it.
premium
This is
subscription.
out of the Quran. This is out of the Quran. It says sperm turns into a clot of congealed
I
blood.
didn't disagree. I didn't disagree.
Now, do you believe that
say-
sperm turns into a clot of congealed blood?
I didn't disagree with you. Did I disagree? There's explanation
I
behind it.
haven't got an answer. It's either yes, you agree, or no, you disagree. Which one is it?
Depends. Depends on the
Depends on
context.
what? Well, this
Depends
is the
on the
context.
context.
This is the context. I'm giving it to you. It says it on the screen. Anybody can read it. It says, I'll read it for you.
Okay, Jack. Let me tell you
made
one
the
thing.
sperm into a clot of congealed blood. That's the context.
Do you even know what
believe
context
that
means?
Okay, Jack,
Do you-
Jack,
do you-
Jack, Jack. Okay. So, like, Jack, one question, make it clear, then it's his turn, okay?
No
Yeah.
worries. Okay, the question is, do you believe that sperm turns into a clot of congealed blood?
Okay.
Well, my direct answer to that is it depends on the situation. And another thing, it depends on the context that I mentioned about the situation. And even if you define, you cannot define context on a verse. There's behind context, after context. And that the AI knows best because we don't have any hafiz in here that will explain it.
Like,
Right. So
isn't that
AI
isn't
know
that
best. So
isn't
Allah doesn't
sorry?
know best.
Hey, Jack, wait a second. Like, Ishraq, isn't that so clear? I mean, the context. It's talking about like how humans are created. Like a man, we did create you from clay. We place him. So it's talking about how humans are made. So this is the
So
context.
this is the contact.
Oh,
Oh,
who's that?
who's that?
I heard someone say no. Could you please explain, bro? Like, I don't have
Wait a
my
second.
Wait
premium
a
trial
second.
subscription to ChatGPT. It doesn't work anymore.
Whose mic is on right
Whose
now?
mic is on right now?
Oh, it's Ishraq.
Oh, it's Ishraq.
Okay, Ishraq. I don't know. Somehow, like something has
Someone
changed on
give
your
me
side, and I'm
feedback.
getting a big echo from your side. Okay. If you did something, if you changed something, can you just make it back? And while you're trying to do something, I hope you are. So yeah, like as I said, the context is clear. Like what kind of a context you're searching for? What you don't understand exactly here? I think it's a clear chapter, not even worse. That the chapter is clear. It's talk about how humans are born. It's the most famous embryology verses in the Quran. Lonely debates. You want to talk? Here's your mic. And but before that, please let's try Ishraq again if the mic is okay. One, two, three,
Yeah, I
test.
don't
One,
have
two,
any
three, test.
explanation
One,
on
two,
that
three,
because
test.
I don't know the context again.
Okay, you're not helping Ishraq. I'm getting a huge echo from
Okay.
your side.
Sorry for interruption. Ishraq, here I would like to say that if you don't understand or if
Okay, that it was so quick. I'm trying to solve a problem here, which is a problem, and someone should care. If not, then I won't care about the ones who are interrupting. Okay. So Ishraq, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you. Yeah.
One, two, three,
One,
test.
two, three, test.
There's a
Huh?
terrible echo.
Terrible.
Oh, you're saying, so you didn't listen me when I said there's an echo problem going on. And I stated that 2 times. Maybe you didn't hear, but I can't let you talk like this. Yeah, do something. Refresh, change the mic or speaker. Maybe you went speakers right now. Maybe that's why I was getting the echo. Let's try it again. One, two. No, you didn't. Unmute.
Hello. Hello. Is
One, two,
it
three,
working?
1, 2. No, it's okay. No, it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Again, I'm not a Hafiz. Again, I'm not a Hafiz. I don't know the tafsir behind it.
You don't have to be Hafiz to understand the context at least. So yes, maybe you cannot understand word by word clearly. You can claim that, but if you claim that you don't understand the context, that's
Yeah,
that's too much.
yeah. As English is my second language, there's some complicated words I do.
Ishraq, can I just shout out Ishraq for 2 seconds? I don't agree with everything you've said, but kudos for actually sticking to your points and actually trying to explain yourself. That's great. Keep it up.
Also for the patience, kudos. Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't understand.
No, so many people will get frustrated or angry, especially when it comes to beliefs, things like that. No, if you're calm and collected and you can actually have a conversation and a debate with someone, that's great. That helps everyone because that's not only going to help you, that's also going to help others see not only your viewpoint, but maybe you get an insight into where they're at,
Yeah.
which
Because
is
because
extremely helpful.
yeah, because I'm a human, right? I'm not correct every time with my thing. Then
Of
people
course.
might be correct from the other side.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just stay restricted for now. You guys talk.
Well, blood turn, I mean, sperm turn into congealed blood? Because as far as I know, right, and I'm not a doctor, but if you've got a clot of blood in your system, you'll die. You'll die of a heart attack because that's what causes heart attack, clots of blood. So I don't think it's a good idea to have clots of blood, you know, and I don't think I don't think sperm turns into blood. Because I've got a friend of mine, right? And he
Okay,
said to me,
answer me this question. Can I
hang
ask
on
a question to you?
you've got to be quiet.
Okay.
You lied. So anyway, he said to me, right, and this might be funny to some people. He says, if sperm really did turn into a clot of blood, he says his bedroom would be a murder scene.
Okay, so what? He masturbates all day.
No, no, actually,
that's
that's actually really funny. No, that's Jack. I'm sorry. That deserves a bigger laugh. That was really
I
good.
know. But you got to understand, a lot of people don't understand. That's why they don't laugh, because they go, "What's he talking about?"
Hello, Jack.
You know. So the people who
Nope.
don't laugh don't get it.
Hello, Jack.
Yes.
Jack nailed
Exactly.
it.
I know. I
Exactly.
know.
What do you want?
Yeah. Hello.
Exactly.
Yep, go on.
What do you want to know?
Well, I wanted to know if sperm turns into blood.
Okay.
Okay, well,
So,
let's
are
be
you
more
interested?
clear. Wait a second, long. Let's be more clear. I don't think he
Mhm.
wants to know something right now. He's just challenging that this doesn't fit
Mm.
into science that we know right now. So that there must be contradiction. There must be a problem here because that's what Quran says, and this is not scientific to us. That's all what he claims.
He doesn't want to learn or something.
Oh, well, you could learn if you have a better explanation or interpretation, but that was what we were waiting for all the time.
And
Uh,
another thing about, I want to ask you a question, Jack.
It's
Science consistent.
Ishraq.
Is science consistent?
What would you say? What consistent? What was the question?
That's not only ultra.
Is science consistent?
What did he say?
Is science consistent?
Yeah, it's very consistent. Yeah.
Then why do new theories come out and the previous ones get cancelled?
No. See, science adapts, like it gets better and better, but it doesn't change its mind from going, oh, one day we believe that sperm turned into blood, and then we've changed our minds, right? Science doesn't do that. It refines itself,
I think
right?
that
Right.
The Quran down. And,
yeah,
that's where I think that you're going to run into a bit of a problem with the Quran and science, right? Because your Quran says sperm turns into blood. And I don't see that happening for a number of reasons. Because, like I told you, if you had a clot of blood inside your body, you would have a heart attack. That's what causes. Not to mention, I've never seen sperm turn into a clot of
science
blood.
is consistent with its answer or not
It's not
theory.
consistent with science.
It has nothing to do with science. What?
Your Quran has nothing to do with science. It gets everything wrong. That's why I have fun with people like you.
That look, but if you wanted to like ask out of curiosity, you could have learned, and I could
I've
have
already
given
learned.
you a
I've
very
already learned. I
information.
already
No,
know
you
that
don't.
fucking sperm doesn't turn into a clot of blood. I've already learned that. I don't think you've
Jack,
learned that.
Jack, which verses are you talking about from Quran? Can you give me reference?
Yeah, I can.
Yes, please share.
He already sent the
Oh,
Okay.
screenshot.
yeah, I forgot about asking for the verse. Thanks for whoever that was.
Yes.
Oh, why
Oh,
are thinking he already shared that before? It was like,
No, 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 like the verse number, like the verse number and the surah number.
wait a second. I think that was also clear.
And Ishrak, where are you from? Can I know?
Oh,
what
that
is
I
that was not
Quran?
clear.
I might as well say I'm
Yeah.
from Bangladesh. Yeah.
Okay, so if you were an ambassador of Islam, if you are trying to be, I would
No,
say
no, no. Of
no, no.
course not. Of course not.
We should be, man. As a Muslim, you should be, of course. Uh, if you want to be an ambassador, or if you want to spread messages of Islam, it's not necessary to give counter of every questions because we are human being. We will not able to be giving answer of every question because even Jews, when Musa alayhi salam was there, Jews used to be asking irrelevant question to make him fool. So that's why Allah has given them punishment for be asking, and also their most hatred community in the world ever. So that's why they were used to be asking many weird questions to the messenger.
I understand, brother. I understand you. Okay.
So yeah, we
Jack,
have to understand that.
I think we made our statement very clear. We wanted the verse, not your picture that you have previously also sent that we have seen it.
This is the
Yes.
worst, man.
No. It's not surah. Surah name.
Here's one
Do you
there. Look,
know
I'll
like
give you, look,
chapter
there
name?
we go. Look, this is in Quran.com.
Yeah, like you
Oh, okay,
just
got it.
okay.
It's
Hey, Jack. Like for next time, you should share the Sora number and the worst number. That would be more useful.
Oh, yeah, but
But
I
for
find it
other
better.
people, this is just a screenshot from the website, and
Oh, well,
these are the verses. Literally, these are the verses. This is just a
yeah.
translation of the original Quran.
Well, there's one there. There's one verse there for you.
Yeah, I have found it. Surah Muminun, verses 14. Yes, I got it.
And that shows that you guys don't know about these verses. Then that's showing that because you guys didn't think that this was the
Hey,
literal verses of the Quran.
uh,
No,
yeah,
no, no, no.
we are
It's not
human
saying-
being. We are learning still it. So
Okay,
yes, it's not necessary that we will be knowing
it
everything,
doesn't hurt
each
when you
and
say I
everything.
don't know. Yeah.
No, even our prophets did not say at all any words without having words from Almighty Allah.
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
cannot say any word from our side, right?
because like according to the story, they didn't choose to be a prophet or messenger of a religion. Like they're kind of being forced by God, so it's normal for them not to know everything. But like you had, like Muslims had nearly 2,000 years to study all those things and educate themselves and educate other people, and you had also enough time to learn the Quran, which Muhammad didn't have that amount of time seemingly or um, time to learn, study. So there's a big difference, right? But anyway, I
Here's
mean, it's normal not to know what is written in the Quran.
But you were talking about a portion of the ummah, but you were not talking about who has learned, who has memorized. Million, billion people has memorized. So
There are
you're not
such people
talking about
also.
them. We are not part of them. Maybe inshallah we will be if
Okay,
we stuck on this.
sure, that would be more fruitful for us to
Inshallah.
have the conversation
Yes,
here.
yes, obviously.
Uh,
Yes, I have found this. He said, then we made at Nutfa into a cloth, a piece of thick coagulated blood. Then we made the cloth into a little lump of flesh. Then we made out of little lump of flesh bones. Then we clothed with bones and flesh. Okay, got it. The point.
okay.
hmm
So,
From blood.
so,
Mm.
so the picture that I sent, you've basically read verbatim exactly what I sent you in the picture.
Yeah.
So we're
hmm
still back to square one. Does sperm turn into a clot of blood?
Yes, obviously, it turned into blood, of course.
Yeah. How come science doesn't agree with that?
Yeah, it's their logic. They can show their logic.
Not bullshit. Science doesn't use. I think you know
Even
what.
few
I tell you
sentence,
what.
We,
Why
we
don't you go
don't.
see a doctor and ask a doctor, does sperm turn into blood?
even few scientists claim that uh, the world is moving itself by itself.
That's got
Some of
nothing to
others
do
saying
with the sperm. I don't care if the Earth was pear-shaped. It's got nothing to do with sperm turning into a clot of blood. All right, stay on topic.
hmm, I think, as you know, even scientists are taking verses to for
Can
their
you
further
make your
research.
sperm turn into blood? Let's go there. Can you make
hmm
your sperm turn into blood?
I have not tested yet. I'm not a scientist,
Really?
but
How old are
mm,
you? How old are you?
mm, yeah, more than enough matured, you can say.
You're not sure. All right.
Yeah, I'm sure, but enough matured, you can
Yeah,
say.
yeah. It doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter how
Yes.
old you are. Have you ever
hmm
seen sperm?
Yes, obviously. Why not?
So if you've seen it, how come you haven't witnessed it turning into blood? You should say to me, "Oh, of course
Even
it does. I can show you."
yeah, I have not tasted yet, but I
Oh,
have,
you haven't
you know,
tested it.
I am the
I
witness
think I'll
of
tell you
it.
what. I think you should test it and post your results on
No,
YouTube.
so what do you think? How blood become? What do you think? By
Hey, it
which
doesn't come
elements
from
it become?
sperm. It doesn't come from sperm.
What do you think? By from
I
what
don't
it?
care what I think. It doesn't matter what I think. I know that it doesn't turn. I know that sperm doesn't turn into blood.
But if you don't know how it becomes, but how can you say
No, no, no,
this
no.
method of Quran
You're
is
hey,
wrong?
stop pivoting. Stop pivoting.
No, if you
He's just asking questions.
go on.
Sperm's made in my ball bag, and it doesn't. When it comes out, it doesn't turn into blood.
Yeah, obviously it becomes because,
Oh,
as you
it's
know.
obvious, is it?
Okay, okay, okay. For example,
Hand up anybody in this on this
Jack,
platform. Anybody in
Jack,
this room, have they seen their sperm turn into blood?
Okay,
Anybody?
Jack.
guys, wait. Like, that's also enough. We're done. Dead end. Okay, so we just keep repeating the same words, guys. You understand? You hear that, right?
Okay,
Sperm,
let me
blood
say
turn
one thing
into science. Sperm,
before
blood
leaving.
turn into science. And okay, so like we're done for this one. Okay, but let me make some broad statements about these topics so far. Not the specific one, but in a general. So many Muslims claim that there is some scientific knowledge in the Quran that people didn't know at that time. And the last topic that you're talking about, sperm and embryology, those steps were already mentioned in Greece. They were mentioning about the same steps of and embryology, but we now know that they're not correct. They're not precise. It's not even talking about female eggs. So there's a huge gap there, information. So if Quran was doing that, at least we should see some important thing about embryology, because when it comes to embryology, it's very important, very important. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, again, like the claim that Quran have these scientific facts that people didn't know. let's assume this is correct, okay? Let's assume that was the case. My question is, why the hell, like Christians or atheist people are discovering something, and then Muslims are saying, "Oh, wait a second, this was in our book. We just learned that, but by the help of you, okay, you guys discovered, and then we just read the Quran and we say, oh, look, it's here." But if we think more, well, wait a second, why we were waiting for them? Let's discover by ourselves because it's already written in the Quran. Then, like, even take some Nobel Prize and prove that this book is from a god, or at least there's something needs to be explained here. It's amazing, right? And, like, people are just reading a book and there's some information that we didn't discover yet. So that would be amazing, but this is not happening, right? We're not seeing examples of discoveries with the help of Quran. And that's a huge problem that people dismiss, and they just wait for centuries for science to discover something, and then they say, wait, look, here, it's written here. Oh, Big Bang, look, it's here. Oh, embryology, look, it's here. Oh, look, iron, it's here. That's all.
Yeah. Of the list, I want to say to Jack that if you have interest to know about further information of Islam, you do have brain, right? There is Quran. You can search by yourself because
I've already
even
done
there.
that. I've already
Oh, let me finish.
Hey, stop. No, sorry. That's unfair. Lonely.
Okay,
He,
let
he
me
was
finish.
he was no, I'm not letting you finish. He was showing you verses that you didn't see before. You even didn't know that it was from
No,
Quran.
no, no,
So
no. Who said that I
you're
have
not.
never seen it before? I have seen it, but I
He
did not,
shared the screenshot. You guys didn't believe that it was the verses. So
brother. I haven't seen in English, but I haven't seen in my native language, also in Arabic. So it's quite different.
you don't understand what you're reading in English?
For the first time, I could not understand that.
Like, it
You
was
know,
even like worse by worse. At least there were the numbers. Yeah, not the surah number.
even
But there was like worse numbers was there. But anyway,
brother, it's not
so
okay. Anyway,
here's the
brother,
problem. You don't know him. He doesn't know you. But at least he knows that you couldn't answer some of his questions.
okay, it's not a
Uh,
big deal.
yeah,
It's not a big
but
deal
it's a
that
big deal when you
I'm
tell
not beyond
someone to
human,
learn something, to study something. Maybe you are the one who's supposed to study a lot of things, starting from your religion and science. You don't know that.
even
And
even
sure, he
even
can do
I'm
his
learning
job.
still. Even I'm trying to be learning still, so it's not a big deal. Okay, let me say, Jack, if you want to learn, if you want to know something, at least uh, go it by yourself. Okay. For example, there are lots of words that
We don't need those advices. I don't think Jack needs. And
no.
it's
I think you
uncool
need
to advise those things. And maybe you're doing those things. Maybe you're not learning by yourself. Maybe you just accept whatever your mullah, imam says. Maybe you're doing that. At least he was reading the exact translation. He was not reading tafsir. Sure, he brought some tafsir also. But again, it's not like he's learning from a master. He's just showing what Muslims had claimed before. But anyway, uh, are you afraid to debate with Khidib, Afnan, and Sultan? I'm not afraid to debate anyone. Just I'm afraid to waste my time with some stupid people. That's the case. But if one of those people are here, I can give another chance.
Yo,
Okay, yeah, you see. Wait a second.
can I
That's
just
why I
say
don't
something?
waste my time. Okay. Yeah, go on, Richard.
Yes. No, I'm just very impressed with Jack because he actually provided the receipts and screenshots and pictures with everything he was saying. So, te- after receiving all of those examples and concrete points, and then being told to maybe you should go read and
Yeah,
spend your
I
time
know.
researching, and that's not helpful for anyone.
That was the
I
point.
don't
Yeah.
know who that's for. That's all.
Yeah, and that's really uncool, as I said. Like he was the one who was showing all those screenshots, and I believe
Yeah, and then he
it
tells
was
me
not
I've
the
got to
first
go and
time that he
research.
researched today or recently. Probably he knows those things for a long time. So
Right.
Don't worry, I got a mountain of them in my computer.
it's not worth to be debating. Yeah, it's not also worth debate with you, Lonely. Maybe you should debate
No, he
Lonely
left.
from
He
now
left.
on. Yeah.
Only left. He bombed out. He gave up.
Okay,
The
you see, like,
audacity of someone saying to me, I got to go research when I'm providing all the evidence and they're telling me I got to go research what I've already researched.
search more, Jack, search more
Yeah,
because
keep
we are too
searching
lazy
until you
to
get something
search. Do the job for us.
different. And he provides nothing. And then
They,
he
sh-
turns around and says,
they should pay you for your research.
oh no, I do it out of the love of my heart.
Okay, okay. He made a point and then you block. What was the point? Do you
Yeah,
remember?
I know it. They bury themselves all the time, these guys. Oh boy.
Infinite regression. Okay, what was the point?
I'll tell
This is
you
the
what,
topic, it's not the point.
do you know, I'll tell you something. This is funny. You'll laugh at this. You gotta laugh at this.
I hope I can
I
get the
was,
joke this time. Let's see.
this is now this is not a joke. This is gonna be easy for you. All
Cool.
right.
Okay.
You won't even have to think about it. Well, you might have to think about it. About 6 months ago, I was talking to a Muslim about something or other, and I was showing the pictures, and they pulled the fast one on me. Oh, you got to show me from an Islamic website. So I said, yeah, no worries. So I pulled up Quran.com, right? And it showed the identical thing that I was saying in the picture. Have a guess. I'll give you 3 guesses. Have a guess what he said to get out of the situation. All right, you give up. All right. He said that Quran.com was an atheist website.
God. Oh my God. This is not
That's
even
what he
funny.
said. I know.
Oh my God.
You would never have guessed it. That's why I thought, you know what, I'll cut it short. But Quran.com is an atheist website run by atheists to make
Wow.
Islam look bad.
Okay. What a claim.
Yeah, I know. It was funny. I only wish I had it recorded.
Jack, mate,
Yes, yes.
just please do your research.
Oh, I
Please,
know.
so we don't find
I'm gonna stop
ourselves
going to
in this
Quran.com.
situation again. Please do
Yeah,
your
'cause that's an
research,
atheist
buddy.
website. Yeah, I know. I tried to pull a fast one, but he was onto it. and by the way, I did say to him, I says, fuck it. I said, you give me the fucking website. And he gave me nothing because he realized that they're all going to say the same shit. This is why I have so much fun with these guys.
And here we are
Yep.
every day.
Doing the same shit over and over. That's why I've got so many hadiths and Quran verses to challenge them. You know, the party never ends.
Oh wait, well, when did we lose Ishwak?
Are you talking about the mushwak, the toothbrush?
Oh, Ishwak.
Yeah, that's a toothbrush.
I think you said something else.
I know some people say ishwak, some say mushwak, whatever.
Oh, okay. I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
But his name
my
is
Arabic's not the best, but
yeah,
I hear Arab.
that guy. His name doesn't start with M. It's just I, Ishwak.
Yeah.
So probably that's another word. But anyway, not important. So yeah, the YouTube title is "Are you theist or atheist?" And here we have multiple topics, as you see clearly. But I think we have lost all the believers, and probably I kicked all of them. Not Ishwak. And I didn't kick the other guy. Also, just muted. And then the other guy, like they come and shit and they go and complain why I kicked and blocked someone before. They do that a lot. They just join and they complain that, and they say I never let anyone to talk. I let this guy for at least 1 hour, whilst he didn't give any answer to all those critiques. So those accusations are unfair.
I think from what I've seen, you've been pretty fair. Yeah, if there's nonsense, get out.
Thank you.
But no, you're being pretty good
No one is
about
perfect.
dealing with people.
Sure, many times I can misjudge the situation, but sometimes I should act quickly to prevent some, things, and then I can sacrifice some, good fellows. I don't know, but here's the thing: if I don't block people, and I remember people that I'm kicking, some of them, they rejoin. Okay, even if I kicked them before from the room, I I give them the mic. They can talk again. I remember such people. I muted Jack many times. I kicked him also at least 2 times. So he's here. He's talking, not holding grudge. Out there, also Muslims, Christians. I kicked them, they joined, they had the talk. If they're not holding the grudge. Anyway, so yeah. Now Jack is well behaved. Ooh. Rick, you're the guy? This someday guy? My bad memory.
Wait,
If he
Rick,
is
as in who? Rick? There's a Rick?
the someday guy,
Or are you
yeah.
referring to me?
No, Rick.
Ah, Rick.
Yeah, Rick.
My bad. My bad.
Okay.
Julie Snow.
Oh, the
Rick
accent. You guys
HSR.
you guys are talking about Jack's accent? Probably Jack.
You know when I speak, you can understand me, can't you?
Mostly,
Jack is absolutely from the UK.
really?
No, I'm not.
No,
You got
no.
that wrong.
What?
Guess again.
Oh no. Okay, then I'm going Australia.
Yeah, you got it.
There we go. Let's go. Okay. Gotcha.
Don't
What?
let Jack
Okay,
talk to
wow.
the
I
girls.
didn't catch that. Okay, okay.
Where are you from?
Originally Sweden, but I live in Japan, and my accent is a mix of just about everything. It's a long story.
Yeah, it's
But
very long from Sweden to Japan. It's very long, man. So
yes,
maybe we can create a title, "The Story of Richard," and we can talk about
oh
that maybe.
no. Oh no. We need
I'm
less
joking.
Richard. We need more. Please, someone interject and give us a good topic to go with.
Oh,
Okay.
don't worry.
Less
I
me, more
can
you.
pick on the Quran and the Hadith, and I can change it every single day, and it'll be a brand new topic every single day. I can keep you all amused, the whole lot of yous. Matter of
Okay.
fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do next time I come in the room. If I'm awake and you're awake, I'll come up with a new one, and we'll see how we go. Everyone's going to be a
See,
new one. All right.
here we go.
I don't want to keep harping on the yellow liquid, like, because I'm not going to get an answer. And
This is
I
why I
don't
love
want to learn about
Australians.
sperm turning into blood and fucking. I'll go something cleaner next time. All right, real clean.
Okay, so what are we looking at in
Oh, it's
Australia?
going to
Are
be a
we
surprise.
Brisbane? Are we Perth? Western, eastern side?
Western.
Oh, Perth.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Beautiful city. I really enjoyed my time there.
Oh, you've been here before, have you?
I worked through Perth, Brisbane, Sydney, Newcastle,
Really?
Wollongong. Yeah. I went through numerous cities
What, working or just holiday?
working. Only through work.
What were you looking for? Fossils.
No. Oh, Jesus Christ. I got stung by a bee in Perth. But
Oh,
that's neither here or there.
at least you didn't get
Uh,
bitten by a snake.
Yeah, actually, didn't see a single snake during my entire work trip throughout Australia. So that's something. No, working for sales, Disney on Ice.
All right.
So traveling to different cities every week, changing, getting to know new people just about everywhere in the entire world, which is why I ended up here. Also, I should shut up
You're in Japan
and
at the
stop
moment.
talking about myself. I'm in Japan right now. Yes.
Is that for work?
For work, for family. I bought a house. We got 2 cars now. Like I'm settled in Japan right now.
Oh,
That is the correct reaction to that. Like, oh,
well, I've been to
huh.
Japan on holiday,
All right.
but that was years ago, and yeah, I was only like what was I, about 17 years old, I think I was.
Mm,
Went on
it's
the bullet
different,
train.
but not for everyone.
No, it's not. It's not for everyone. I enjoyed the bullet train. That was good fun.
It is. It is.
And that was fast back then. It's even faster now.
Yeah, it's sad because there are so many cool things about this country, but the novelty has worn off. So now it's just normal, kind of.
It sounds to
And
me that you've married or you're engaged to a Japanese girl. That's what it sounds like to me.
this is correct.
Has she gone to Sweden?
Yeah, we've traveled back 2 times.
Does she like Sweden or?
No, she loves it. Like she's a traveler as well. So
Oh,
we're both very travel and
Of people.
oh yeah, just like very global people, I guess. We've traveled. She used to backpack through South America and stuff like that. Like no, we both gone through numerous areas. Also, I super feel bad talking about myself. No, let's stop talking
oh,
about myself. Thank you very much. for
I don't
asking
get to talk
questions,
to
but
Swedish people very often.
I
That's
see. I
why
see.
I sort of like I get to talk to a lot of different people from America and Saudi Arabia and things like that. And Swedish
Right.
people are very hard to come by on this platform.
Oh, fair enough. No, I was just telling Phil, if that's your name.
You can call me Phil. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Let's
I
call
will
it
help you.
Phil.
I'll help you. No worries. I will
No, just
recreate.
telling him, like, just stumbling across the YouTube live stream. It's like, okay, this
Yeah.
looks like a fun time.
And now you're
Let's
sharing
try
your
and participate.
life
And
story on YouTube.
here we are. Yes. No, I'm not going to share my life story here because that's not what the topic is about.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
let's
yeah,
not make
yeah.
it about me.
So since we don't have people to discuss with,
Terry,
many of you know how to follow, I think. So I created. I hope no problem. Yeah, no problem. Hey there. We are having a problem. I cannot join my own room. Okay, why is that? Okay, let's wait. Or maybe I should change something. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. Yeah, while solving one problem, we come across another problem. That's not good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm also struggling a lot. Yeah, because I'm not able to join. That's the problem. I cannot join my own room. Okay, I think Germany. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Y- we will solve those problems.
Do you know the topic?
But that's a good question. Who was asking that question? Who's
What are
asking
you
about?
It's
live?
me, bro, Ram.
Okay,
Ram.
Ram. Okay, it's a
Are you
good
live in
question,
New Delhi?
but that's not a good question. So, well, thanks for reading. First of all, Okay.
topics: God, atheism,
Yeah.
agnosticism, morality, afterlife, soul, existence of religions, the purpose of life. I like two topics:
Okay.
afterlife and purpose of life.
You want to talk about afterlife?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you believe in afterlife?
yes. Afterlife is decides by our own deeds in this life.
Okay. What type of afterlife you believe in? Something like reincarnation or something like hell, heaven?
This life,
No, I'm not talking
in
about
the
this life.
present life, in the present life, we will we have to decide what is our next life,
You have to decide.
depending upon the yes,
Okay. So
definitely.
I want to decide my afterlife as, you know, a place where full of pleasure. So what about this decision?
Yeah, in the present life, who is doing his own selfishness and following selfishness and genuinity, virtues, all are depending upon the afterlife.
Yeah, but you still didn't answer my question. What kind of afterlife you believe in? Hell, heaven, or you believe that you will, come to the
No, no,
life?
no. Hell, heaven. It is ancient words.
Forget
They
about
didn't know
them. Forget
how
about
to.
the things that
Yeah, yeah,
that you
yeah.
don't believe. Tell
How
tell
to
me the one that you
explain
believe.
next
Man,
generation.
man, 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 man. Tell me what you
Okay.
believe in, okay? So you said you believe in
Yeah.
afterlife. So what kind of afterlife you believe in? That was my question.
I believe in mm, heaven,
You believe in heaven.
afterlife. Yes.
Okay. What about hell?
Hell. I don't know.
You don't know. You believe in hell, but you don't know about hell. Okay. Mhm. Cool.
Yeah, I'm thinking always. I'm thinking positive only.
Okay.
Definitely, I will. My afterlife is heaven.
Okay.
Yeah. And what about you, bro?
I don't believe in any kind of afterlife.
Ah,
Yeah.
actually, I want to tell you something.
Go on.
Afterlife, heaven, and
Afterlife is what?
yeah, heaven, hell is different words, but uh, existing human body experienced heaven, hell.
You should be more
It is
clear.
the I can't explain. Actually, heaven and hell are in the uh, existing world only.
But then why you said it's an afterlife? Because if you're talking about the existing world, this is not afterlife. This is this life. But my question was,
Yes,
do you believe in
this
afterlife?
afterlife and this life also, we don't know what about afterlife. But when we are existing in this world, automatically we faced all type of hells and heavens in the
I'm
life.
sorry. I'm sorry that you are using those words. for the situations that you see on this planet, that doesn't make it sense. Okay, that doesn't make sense. It's just confusing the topic here. You can say that, oh, like this place is like a hell concept, and this hell concept is different. Okay, you can't say, oh, hell is here. You can say it metaphorically. Okay, but when we ask about these
I actually,
questions,
actually,
literally,
in this world,
so we don't
you
mean like
you have to
r-
you have to understand that in this world, different dimensions in this world.
different
You are
dimensions in this
seeing
world.
only one dimension.
How many you see?
No, 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 no. I can't see. I have no equipment to.
Then why do you
I have
why do
no
you think
equipment to
that?
see.
Then why do you claim to know there are other dimensions?
Yeah, our ancestors and some meditation
What if
practitioners
they were lying?
can access.
Can you access?
No, no, no. Some practitioners access other worlds
Oh, maybe that
like
was a
hell and
lie.
heaven.
Yeah, maybe that was a
No,
lie. How do you know? No, so you
no,
cannot
no, no, no.
access.
It's not
You don't know
lie.
how to access.
It's
So
not
why do you
lie.
claim?
You only, yeah. Your experiences and you see uh, only you are talking only basing on your experience. Some places you didn't know about the some places
Yeah,
picture
you also don't
some
know.
places like
Yeah, you also don't know the places that I visit while I was dreaming. Yeah, I also don't know those places. But that
yeah
doesn't mean
like
anything. That's
Himalayas
useless.
and some
Or like some other places that even don't exist in this life. So it can be anything. But
in this
again, like,
world some holy
oh
places.
my fucking god, cannot finish a fucking sentence. Why so, man? Why so? String theory says 10 dimensions. I don't think those are the dimensions that he mentioned. We don't have a way to get to those dimensions, but he claims that the dimensions that he mentioned can be accessed through some meditation. And most likely he's talking about different dimensions. Anyway, okay. I'll try it again. I hope we don't struggle this time. Oh, they stayed there, all of them. I see the room right now. Like that was not visible, and now it's visible. Meditation can get intense. Well, let me help them. It says live on YouTube in their room, but it shouldn't say that because they're not live on YouTube anymore. Okay, I corrected that. Okay. I'm jumping. Okay, again, we have the same problem. No way. That's not good. Okay, fuck it. Oh, Andre, welcome. Oh, you're so fast. You're faster than me. Okay, okay, man. Yeah, I'm okay. I hope you're also okay. Oh wait, they don't hear. Sorry, people on YouTube. Now you can hear. I'm doing fine. So I just tried to recreate the room, and this is the third time.
Yeah.
And the previous one, we had some conversations, and later on, guys, they got bored and they changed the topic, and I just moved on. Oh, Tashi, welcome. So, how about your room? How was that?
Well, I was joining different rooms earlier.
Oh, you were jumping from one room
Yes,
to
and I
another.
was going to create a new room, and then I saw your room. I said, okay, let's have a small talk.
Okay. What about the other rooms then? There was some fruitful conversation?
Just friends talk.
Okay.
Yeah, friends talk.
Okay. Okay. Friends talk.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh my god. Show. Hey man. There's
How are
some
you?
noise behind you, I think.
Right now, all right, might be.
Okay. If you have an external mic, that would be better.
No one in my room. I just talking with you.
What? What's that?
Hello, Andre. How are you?
Oh,
Hi,
he doesn't
Shao.
care about me.
How you
Okay.
doing?
I'm doing good. I just seen you in the
Good.
group. Some for good
Yes.
conversation.
Yeah, we have good conversations.
Okay, your followers are following you, Andre.
I told
Yeah.
you I have many followers, man.
Okay, how many followers you have here? Let's
I
check.
have 700.
700? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, quite a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. We have Ryan and my eyes are getting worse.
And what about the agnostic atheist philosopher?
Yeah. What?
How many followers do you have?
I don't remember. 100 maybe? 200.
Okay.
This is 241.
Okay. And you have written at here the agnostic atheist. Are you
You,
really?
you
Are you
cannot
really?
hear. He said he cannot hear. Sound check. Am I audible?
Yeah, you can. I can hear you.
Okay, what was your question?
You have mentioned in your profile the agnostic atheist.
Yes.
So I know the meaning of atheist. What does meaning of agnostic?
Oh, you know the meaning of atheist and you don't know the meaning of agnostic.
Yeah. Let me
Agnostic
check
is a
that.
person who doesn't know whether God exists or not.
Agnostic meaning.
Sure, you can
Agnostic.
check.
Someone who does not know or believe that it is impossible to know if God exists. Okay, so both are same.
What do you mean both are same?
Agnostic and atheist both are same.
No, they're not same. Well, why did you reach
Atheist,
that conclusion?
means atheist means who the person does not believe in God.
Yeah, there's not.
Agnostic
And
and agnostic means the person who does not believe that any existence of God.
no. I think you misread. Agnostic is
Okay.
a person who doesn't know God exists or not, or believes that the existence of a God cannot be known.
So
Those are different things.
existence of God cannot be known.
Yeah, that's hard agnosticism.
Okay. Let me check. Might be.
Maybe I should recheck. I wish. Oh my god. Why your keyboard is louder than your voice? That's not good. Hey, Dong, you raised your hand randomly, or you were asking for the mic?
Yeah, just give me a minute. I'm searching. I'm reading on it, and I have to come back to you.
Take your time, and I will mute you because of the background noise. Okay, seemingly Dong just randomly raises the hand. Okay, Sanjay.
Hello,
Hello.
I'm new over here. I don't have much idea about. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. If you don't have much idea, you can get a lot of idea
Okay,
just by reading. Okay. Well, what do I mean? Before you joined the
okay,
room,
okay,
there was a title, and it was mentioning about the
okay,
topics inside, and it was also saying live on YouTube. And when you join,
okay.
okay, there's a welcome message which welcomes you. By the way, there's a typo in the welcome message, which I should correct it right now.
I'm not.
It says
I'm not
I've.
familiar with English that much,
Oh,
so I'm sorry
okay.
for that.
You shouldn't be sorry for that, but there's good news for that also. Before you join the room, you can see the level of that group so that you can understand which room is more suitable for
I,
your English. Okay.
I just randomly get in. I just
Then
randomly get
that's the
into
first
this room.
step.
I'm sorry
Don't
for that.
join randomly. That's the good advice. Okay. Okay. Who else?
Okay,
Can't read those letters. Ramesh.
Hello, yes, please. I'm here.
Come. Alpha.
Yes. Nobody is speaking, here seems a lot of people are available,
That's
but
not
all
good when
are.
all people are speaking. That's not good. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you very much.
If you're speaking, that's enough because I'm already speaking. That makes two. It's enough for the conversation.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And so, do we have a specific topic or we
That's a
can?
terrible question. Was mentioning about the topics and the titles, topics. But
No problem.
if you don't want to read, if you don't like reading, I can tell you what are the topics.
Yes, no problem.
No
Just,
problem.
I'm getting the, participating just right now. Okay. Let me have a time,
Take your
I will.
time.
Yes.
Yeah, and for the records, this is live on YouTube. You should know that also, okay?
Okay.
So, this room is having more fun than enlightenment. Okay, we're not promising for the enlightenment. You can get a lot of things from this room, and seemingly
Yeah.
fun is one of those things.
Well, yeah, last time, a few days ago, I had a good conversation also with one guy called M3. He have a BMW in his profile picture. I don't know if you have talked to that guy before.
Can you type the nickname in the chat box?
M3.
M3, I don't remember.
Yes, I'd
Maybe
like
we
to
had a
invite
conversation.
this. Yeah, I'd like to invite this guy,
Okay.
and he has also an. I forgot his name, man. I only remember M3. We had a deep into religions.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah. This kind of like respectful conversations, listening to each other and learning from each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not
I understand.
those chaotic debates, yeah, and shouting and
It's
screaming and
happening.
interrupting.
Android, it's
Yeah,
inevitable. It's happening.
yeah. This kind of conversations that I prefer.
And luckily, you can have such kind of conversations too.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not promising the ones that you want all the time in this room. Because yeah, like just in the previous room, we had one of them that you may not like because people were just shouting. It was a little bit messy, and sometimes it's even worse. Anyway,
Yeah.
so okay, maybe you can mention about one of the topics that you went deep. Maybe we can also catch the same topic and dive, maybe even. But if you don't want, it's okay. We have other people. Cloudverse. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, I've been developing a small bot that will give like a better experience here on Free for Talk. Like if you host
Mm,
rooms, yeah.
okay, wait a second.
Yeah, this bot can give you a better experience. Like it has welcoming messages like on the chat. Like if anybody joins, like it can auto reply with a welcoming message or a leaving message.
Okay,
You
but
can
by putting your welcome message, it already does the same job, right? Whenever someone joins, they see the welcome
pretty
message.
similar. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, how it can be useful for the chat if you'd like to share your YouTube channel, yeah, or Spotify
Maybe,
or
yeah,
social
maybe,
media.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, in this case, it will be more useful.
Sure, if you know how to use it, especially if you created it.
Yeah,
So
it's easy. Yes, it's 100% my creation.
cool. We have a creator.
Yeah.
Hello,
Oh,
Hi.
welcome back, man.
philosopher. I have come with two meaning.
Agnosticism. Technically, there are two types of agnosticism, so you should come up with three of them. But probably I've lost one of them on the way. That's okay. So,
Yeah, so as I promised, once it's
It's the
fully
fun.
functional,
is he
when it,
singing?
hey, this is
He's
shout. This is
singing.
not a singing room. No singing here.
He was
Yeah,
singing.
as I was saying, when it's like complete, when I finish developing that bot, I will share it on probably GitHub, or you can find it on the Google Chrome extension store.
Okay, cool.
It's just an extension, like you can install it as an extension, and yeah,
Good luck with it.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and excuse me just 3 minutes. I'll be right back.
Take your time. So seemingly
Yeah, I'm gonna grab
this
a
room
drink.
also didn't work.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Okay. Meditation changed my universe. Ooh. The practices in people's life can change their life. That's true. You can think like a hobby. When people have a hobby, it changes their life. And meditation is something like a hobby. And it's very normal. Think that it's changing someone else's life. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I'll try it again. Probably it will be the last time. I want to end earlier tonight. I hope I can join into my room. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. This time it was easier. Oh. Oh,
You
Jack.
started a new room.
I already said I'm creating, but you guys stayed there.
I didn't know that you created another one.
I just mentioned before leaving.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't hear it. I just thought you left.
Okay, so
That doesn't matter. How long you been in here for? How long?
oh, this is the third one after I left the room. Like, but we couldn't find people engaging with the topics.
All right. Well, if someone comes in here, I can bring a brand new, clean topic. No filth. All right.
No filth.
No filth. All right. This one's clean.
Oh, oh, can you give some spoilers, Jack?
No, no,
Oh,
no,
fuck.
no. I like surprises.
Okay.
Hey, don't you like a surprise when they go knock knock and oh look, our surprise?
No, I don't like it when it ends like surprise, surprise, motherfucker. So it depends on the surprise.
No, you'll enjoy this one. If we can get
Okay.
some people in here, I'll start it off.
And let's see. Let's see.
All right.
Okay.
But if we don't get anybody in here, I can save it for another day. These won't go away.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think you'll enjoy this next one. I think you will.
We'll see
We
that.
have to have some. We need players, you know.
Oh, wait a second. Hey, Maher, you're the one that I blocked?
This is the first time I enjoy this conversation.
Okay.
How you blocked me before?
It was just a question. So,
Ah, yes, yes. Maybe you're between me and someone else.
like, that was clearly what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. You're from England or what?
I'm from heaven.
Heaven in Europe?
He's the
Oh,
devil.
it's, yeah,
He's the
it's in
fucking
Europe.
devil.
In Europe?
In Europe, yeah.
Oh, yes, yes. That's so good.
Tony.
You have ever traveled to Arabic country or not?
Hey, man, like this room is not about such kind of topics, okay?
What?
This room is not about traveling. Yeah, and yeah, even if it's some beautiful countries, Sweden, Japan, doesn't matter.
Anybody in India?
Do you speak about
Topics here.
rambling.
Are you a Muslim?
Do you have a specific topic, or you just wanna rambling?
Well, we can start the topic off if you tell us, are you a Muslim?
Yeah, yes, I'm Muslim. Yeah.
Okay. So big.
And you?
I'm not a Muslim.
Yes, but what Christian, Jew,
No,
or
I'm an
what?
atheist. I'm an atheist.
Atheist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fastest
Uh,
growing philosophy on the planet.
Why
it's a
so
joke,
funny?
you know.
Why so funny?
Oh, she's putting her hand up. Beluga. You give her the mic. She put her hand up.
Lucha
I'm not sure
Beluga. Let's decide.
Okay,
because
the
have
one
any
who said he is atheist.
I don't have any evidence.
For what?
For God.
Okay. Do you know how you become in this the world?
Yeah, I do.
How? How?
From my parents.
And your parents?
Well, you answer my question. How did you come into the world?
I asked you before if you don't
I
have.
know I gave you my answer. I gave you my answer. Now you answer my question. How did you
Okay,
come into the world?
my question is so my answer is so easy. I come this world from God
Okay, so you got no parents.
because God is eternal. Of
No,
course,
I
he
asked you. I
don't have.
said,
Might be Jesus the
so
second.
so you got no parents.
Jack, be patient. He might be the second Jesus. Let's hear about.
He said that God dropped him off, and it's like, well, that's
Like
funny because
Jesus.
he said that basically he's got no parents. So I want to know how that works.
I'm not saying I don't have parents, but I
You did.
say
You said I asked you how you got here, and you said by God, right? So
okay,
that means
okay. My fault. But what I mean is, your parents, you come from what?
their parents.
Okay, when you come back,
We can play this
the,
game,
Wait,
and then you're going to
wait,
say, where did they come
Jack.
from?
Okay, let's assume that we have done all that stuff. Okay, let's ask him the last question. Then, where did your God come from?
I said before, God is eternal. Is
Oh, okay. This
don't
universe is
have.
eternal. This
Again,
universe don't have whatever you think. I can claim the same things also for the
repeat
universe.
your question.
It's not a question. I can say the same things about the universe. The universe is eternal. The universe doesn't have a code.
Okay,
Voila.
okay. You can't say no. Yes, you can say that, but the evidence says the world is limited, and of course, if something limited, it can't be eternal. This is logically
The eternal in which sense?
the universe now is limited in anything, in
You
any.
mean
Yes. What do you say?
you mean like its shape?
Yes, it has a shape, and you can damage. You can move. You can do all of this stuff. If you can do this stuff, that means the world is limited. If it's limited, that means it will not become eternal. That is not make sense.
Okay, for you it doesn't make sense. For me, it makes sense. The universe always exists. There's no limit for that. It always existed.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the universe itself is limited in his power, in its power, you know.
Oh, in its power limited. That's what you said?
Yes, because of that, it's impossible because it's limited. And if thing uh, eternal, it should be not limited.
But when you say eternal, we don't mean eternal in every sense. So the universe is eternal through its existence. It exists always. There's no limit
Because
for
of that,
that. So just because like there is, limited energy in it, so what?
because of that, if you can't say is eternal in manner way and is not eternal in other things. That is
Doesn't
not.
matter. Doesn't
Uh,
matter. So like there's no such a rule that if something is not eternal, okay, it has a cause. No, there's no such a rule. Okay?
this is
If something is
you
not eternal, that doesn't mean it must have a cause. So that's just a rule that you create out of thin air.
repeat again.
Okay, you're saying that this is not eternal, therefore it has a cause. And I'm saying you that you need evidence for that to reach that conclusion. You don't have evidence for it. You're just saying that if something is not eternal, then it must have a cause, which is a claim requires a justification, and you don't have
I'm not.
it.
I'm not say. I'm not say that. Of you just doing the cause. I'm not saying that. I didn't say that.
Okay, you didn't say that, then what's the problem? If the universe doesn't have a cause, then that's all.
I have a call.
Okay, take your time. Energy. So that means no one created the energy. Maybe it means that, right?
Oh, it's the opposite. There is someone or something who created the energy. Because not just yeah, exist.
Why not? It just exists like that.
The power is energy is not existing from itself. There's
From
something.
itself? Okay, so if you say that, then you should find a good candidate for the cause of this universe, the creator of this universe, or even God. So God has energy, right? God is so powerful, all powerful, right?
Yes.
Then it cannot just exist by itself, right? God didn't create itself, right? So who created God?
He created himself according to the hadiths. He
Who?
created himself from the sweat from horses.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Actually, you can't say that because if the God created himself, so or created by someone, there's someone who created someone who created the God, and the series go on until you there's no answer.
And let's make a deal. Don't
Okay.
start asking who created this, then the
Okay.
problem is solved. But every time believers create this rule, they're the ones who do not apply the rule. Because whenever they say, oh, well, let's don't ask because it's infinite regress, I say, okay, man, no problem. Then I say, okay, then don't ask who created this universe. But they say, oh, no, 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 wait, we should ask the question. And I was like, wait a second, you just said we shouldn't ask, right? Who created, because it's infinite regress, right? Then why you are asking who created this universe? We don't need to ask this question if we want to solve the problem. But anyway, I say, okay, let's make an exception, okay? One exception for you. Let's say who created this universe? And you're saying, okay, the creator. There's a creator, okay. So one exception for you and one exception for me. And I say, okay, that creator has also a creator, and let's stop here. Deal. You had your exception and I have my exception, and we follow your rule again. You say we should stop, not to cause an infinite regress, and let's stop here. And I don't think that's your belief. Oh, Baber, welcome. Why are you not sleeping, man?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I'm coming back.
Okay, welcome back.
Yes. What did you say before I go?
I don't remember. We were talking about infinite regress with Muhammad.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for some answer.
Okay, I said before. I said to you before that the university is limited.
Okay, universe is
For that,
limited in some sense. Okay, so
so that's mean there is a God created because it's limited.
I just told you that like
It's not.
this
It's
universe
eternal.
is not eternal, therefore it has a creator. Is just an assumption. You have to prove that. Like, where's this rule? And I said, why you're creating such a rule? You said, oh no, I'm not creating such a rule. But now you're just literally doing what I said to you. You're saying, well, for something, if it is limited, therefore it has a creator. Okay, voila, you have a rule. But can you prove that rule?
Okay, I will say to you, my argument is logically correct,
No, it's
but
not.
your okay, this is your opinion, but your argument is not make sense because if I
What's
ask
your
you,
argument?
if I okay, if I ask you, what you will say?
Quantum fluctuations.
So I couldn't hear the question. What was the question?
The universe come from what?
Where the
The
universe came
universe
from. I
comes
told
from
him
what?
quantum fluctuations.
I don't know, and that's one answer. And my answer is I don't know. But again, if you're able to ask
Okay,
where
if
the
you
universe
don't know,
comes from,
But I do know quantum fluctuations.
if you don't know, how
But
you
I
can
do
say
know
my
quantum
argument
fluctuations.
is not
But I
correct?
do know.
okay, because your argument requires justification, like, and it's not even argue like a proper argument. You
Because
need to prove
why?
that.
Okay, but what kind of proof you will it will be good to you? What kind of
Exactly.
proof?
It's your claim, so then you are supposed to prove it in the first place, and we can check if you have good proof or not. Because it's just a claim. You're saying that the things which are limited has a cause. This is your claim. This is not even an argument. Things
Okay,
which
if
are
you can,
limited has a cause. This is a claim, not an argument.
because it's argument. Why?
No, it's
Because
not.
it's okay. I will say to you why is argument. It is argument because it's explanation what in happen now.
No, I'll mute you. You don't know about argument. You don't know what is an argument. Also, maybe you should search. Okay, just use ChatGPT. Okay, say what is an argument and how to make an argument. Okay, then you can learn how to make an argument and just type what you said and ask ChatGPT, hey, is this an argument or just a claim? Please do those things and I will let you talk again. Okay. So the claim that the limited things always have a cause is just a claim. You have to prove that. You have to prove such a claim. Making claims are not arguments, or doesn't mean you're making an argument here. The question, who created the universe, is also a logical question. We didn't mention about that, but you don't even have the right to ask the question in the first place.
So what is the topic of this room? What's the topic we
It's
want?
about God, atheism, agnosticism, morality,
So
afterlife soul.
you want to prove there is a God.
Well, if you have, please, I'll be happy. Okay. Maybe he'll come back later to share the evidence. Hey, Babar, you didn't say anything. We have a killish.
I'm on a roadside. Is it noisy from my side?
Oh, the motorbike. Okay. What else?
Yeah,
Cars.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
you
cars,
using a magic
motorbikes.
mic.
I'm just. Oh, yeah. Let me check. It's not connecting. There is some problem.
Okay,
When I
but
turn it
I don't
on, it
hear.
often.
No, no. Right now, I don't hear anything, so it's okay, man. I can talk if you want. Maybe sometimes we hear that, but anyway. Let me check what's the time. Okay.
It's on now. I think you should be fine now.
It was better before. No, no, no. I'm joking. I don't know which one is better, but it's okay, man.
Well,
Maybe you should speak
the
more
point.
so that Crisp can adjust your, audio. If you don't talk,
Okay,
it will start picking up the other things.
okay, okay. Uh, 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 the problem with infinite regression is that it is not demonstrable. We cannot demonstrate that because when we talk about infinity, uh, the problem is that people really don't have understanding of what is meaning of infinity. What is the idea behind this concept of infinity? Okay, when we talk about causation of the universe, that universe have a cause. Uh, if we accept that, then we are limiting ourselves. We are just avoiding the problem of infinite regress. The this idea of avoiding infinity in the one form, like in term of past, we are ready to accept that the past is not infinite. Okay, but why we are assuming on the other side that future is infinite? Because according to most of the religions, that have a concept of afterlife. If you see that the afterlife, there is infinity. Eternal life, eternal. Everything is eternal. Okay, the torment is eternal. Oh, that's strange. Uh, but why we accept one form of infinity in term of future, why not accept the infinity in term of past? From the
Babar,
temporal point of view,
I understand, but like the believers can solve that problem easily. Also, by believing in God, they don't have a problem with that thing. So they can easily say, "Yeah, God will destroy the universe." Then there's no this temporal thing that they experience. So, voila, no future anymore.
well, but there is problem. The whole edifice of afterlife is meaningless now, because there is a mentioning of eternality. The things are eternal in term of future.
Yeah, yeah.
Then it is a matter of belief, but not a
Sure.
dogma.
Yeah, that's the point.
Now,
Yeah, that's the
to
point.
the dogma, uh, yeah, according to dogma, the future is infinite, but the past is finite. So, how to make two different kind of infinities and accept one, not the other? So, I don't accept this argument that the past is finite, the causation end with the universe. Okay, this universe may have a cause. We don't know whether it has a cause or does not have a cause. There are things that are acausal. Okay, but for a thing to be acausal does not necessarily mean there is no cause at all. But a causal thing can happen spontaneously as well. So it is again not demonstrable. But if we accept that this universe has a some beginning, okay, according to Big Bang model, which is now a contented model. I mean, there are 25 models currently in cosmology, and there are different claims, and Big Bang is just one of them. Okay, okay, it's in mainstream media we often hear only Big Bang, but how about the other models? We don't talk people. We don't see people talking about other models. But Big Bang is very famous, and among the cosmologists, it is the most contested. Okay, nobody accept Big Bang anymore in the circle of cosmologists. Nobody, only handful people. Things have changed. Inflation does not mean universe. This cosmos is infinite. It can be infinite. Then the very meaning of time change. So I don't know how people can still talk about the universe and causation and things like that. I think they haven't updated their knowledge.
Okay. Anyone who wants to say something back?
Baba, do you know what the Big Bang is?
Uh, yes, sir. It's one of the proposed model about the beginning of universe. If we apply the principle of general
No,
relativity
no, you're
and
wrong.
just
You're wrong. You're wrong.
uh,
You're wrong.
okay,
The Big Bang's not the beginning. You got it wrong.
Okay, maybe he was not wrong,
yeah,
Jack. He was unclear.
that's what I
Begin
was saying.
beginning of what
That's what I was saying.
exactly?
It's not,
Do you know what the Big Bang is? Describe it to me what it is exactly.
sir. Big Bang is a model in cosmology to describe the beginning of universe.
No. Tell me what the Big Bang is. What is it? Don't keep repeating the same
Okay,
answer.
Okay,
I'll tell you,
Jack.
I know what it is. I want
Yeah,
to know.
it's your turn, Jack.
we okay. Let me explain a little to my understanding. When we have a general theory of relativity, we see expanding universe and we try to reverse the film. Okay, we see expanding universe, we try to reverse that film and try to see what happened in the past. Then we have the model of Big Bang. Okay, the things are somewhere back in time, roughly 12.8 billion years ago, began. Space and time expanded
13.8 billion
exponentially.
to be exact.
Sorry.
Keep going. Let me describe. I'll tell you what the Big Bang is. All right, so you don't get it wrong.
Yeah,
The
sure.
Big Bang is the expansion of the universe, not the beginning. It's inflation, right? It's the expansion of the universe. Okay, and right, the CMB. Do you know what the CMB is?
Cosmic background.
The cosmic microwave background.
Correct. We've got pictures of it. So don't say it's only it's only a handful of people. Everybody in cosmology understands the cosmic microwave background. We've got pictures to prove it, right? So it's not a guess, right? It's not a handful, it's everybody accepts it, right? And it's not the beginning, it's the expansion of the universe. Once you get to understand that,
How
you
Sabina?
get a grip of it. Sorry?
Jack, wait. Before we start misunderstanding each other, let me try to help to clarify things. So Jack, when he meant the beginning of the universe, maybe I'm saying maybe
Wrong.
he
It's not
didn't
the
mean.
beginning. No, it's not.
Yeah, but hear me out, man. Be patient, okay? So maybe he didn't mean the beginning of the universe. Maybe he
Well,
meant beginning of time.
yeah, he must have meant it because he said it 5 times.
Yeah. But like people say it mostly, but they
We'll
don't
say it
mean,
correctly.
or that doesn't mean like they mean something specifically. So for example, when someone speaks like that, to me it's unclear. What do they mean exactly? I don't understand, and
Well,
I
that's
just
what I
ask
say.
them to
I'll
clarify.
clear it up for you.
Okay,
I'll
like,
clear it up for you.
but
I'll tell him not to say that.
let's do it like this. Hey, Baber, when you say the beginning of the universe, what do you mean exactly?
Expansion of space and time.
Okay, do you
Now we
mean
got it right. Yeah.
do you mean the universe started existing from nothing when you say the beginning of the universe?
No, the Big
Okay.
Bang in fact
The
says
no
it's
answer
the
is
expansion of
no
space and
answer.
time
No
from a
answer.
point.
No answer was enough for me. So, Jack, what about now? Now, do you agree
Yeah,
with
he
him?
got it right now. He said it's the expansion, which is not the beginning.
Okay, that's what I said. Maybe he didn't mean,
Well,
the
he's got it
beginning
right
of the
now.
existence.
I've corrected him, and now he'll get it right.
Look, since we had some chat with him before, I kind of assume I can be wrong. I don't think he meant that.
Well, I don't want to know what they meant. They've got to get it correct the first time around, and when they get it wrong, I'm here to correct them.
Let me block and kick him because he didn't get it
That's
right for the
appreciable.
first time.
Yeah. No worry. I learned my lesson.
Okay. Yeah,
I
but
appreciate
that's
correction.
yeah,
Yeah.
but anyway, like even if it was harsh, it's important to make that distinction,
No, it was
Babar,
not.
for other
No.
people.
I think it cleared the point. For me, I was being too general. I should be specific.
It's okay, man. Like, look, the problem is we can just ask questions to clarify like what people mean. Also, sometimes it may sound something wrong, but maybe they don't mean it, and I felt like that was the case for you. So Jack was saying, "Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong." Okay, if you say clearly that, hey, the beginning of the existence of this universe, okay, then yeah, I mean, you can disagree. But if it's unclear what he's saying, what you disagree is also, you know, is not clear. Anyway, so now
But
you guys are on the same page.
there
Now
is a
you can
problem.
continue.
The problem is that most of the time people confuse Big Bang. Uh, th- in fact, the models are overlapping here. Some models are overlapping here because Alan Guth Blinken proposed the model in 1980s, which was about the inflation, and there were some questions regarding the Big Bang that were leading to infinities, and infinities are not acceptable in physics because whenever we encounter infinity in any equation, we consider that our model is failing somewhere. It's not giving us a precise answer. It is leading to infinity. And same thing was happening regarding the Big Bang. And several other smaller models try to solve the problem. And then Alan Guth proposed the model of expansion, inflation in the Big Bang. Now the model is now bigger. The canvas about the understanding of the universe is now quite broader. So inflation is a part. The microwave background that we see is in fact about the inflation about of the universe. Now, even is it the inflation? Is it the end of our understanding? Because inflation implies multiverse. There can be bubble universes popping up out of that inflationary space and time. And in that inflation, which began roughly 7.8 years ago, 7.8 billion years ago, sorry, 12.8 billion
13.8.
years ago, it is for our universe.
13.8.
Our universe is 13.89, whatever. Let's get the number,
Let's say
roughly.
14.
Okay, that 14. Okay, that was the beginning of our part of the universe. Okay, our universe was a part of a bigger space and time, and from that specific part in that inflation led to the creation of expansion of space and time in that direction where our universe expanded. So there is a possibility that other universes were also popping up. Maybe right now some other universes are popping out, out of that inflation. So there is overlapping of some ideas here, which I don't know exactly what are other the beginning, because most of the people often consider Big Bang is the beginning. It is not the beginning. It is beginning of space and time for our universe. That's how I understand it.
Okay, thanks for sharing some information. Uh, and there was a point here, or we're just giving information about cosmos.
Uh, well, I think our human knowledge is expanding with the science. This universe, the whole cosmos was limited to only solar system in 19th century, and then expanding continuously. Uh, we learned about the galaxy, and then we saw that our solar system is just a part of a bigger, you know, galaxy. The universe is bigger. So uh, whatever the assumptions we had about the creation and things like that failed, and our knowledge about the universe is expanding. So which I really appreciate that now we have learned about inflation. Now the problem with the religious explanation about the beginning and things like that is more, because they have to explain a lot more things. Now they have to give us precise answer for many questions as compared to past. In 19th century, if you ask about the cosmology and things like that, there were just only handful of questions and a handful of answers. But now there is a large set of questions that a religious apologist must answer to prove the existence of God and the creation of universe and things like that. That's my point.
Okay. Oh, we have lost Mohammed. Okay, maybe too much scientific information. Hey, Goro. Akilish. Okay, as I said, I'll not create another room.
Are you going to do another room?
No, 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 no. This one will be the last one. It's harder for us to squeeze gods in gaps because we know more about the universe. Lol, as a comment on YouTube. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah. Hey, Garau, you want to say something?
Yeah, like Bauerbai, recently, like it's been a last week I read something about there's a new theory regarding like uh, the like they are talking about it's not a big bang. They said like we are still living in a black hole or something like that.
I heard that one also. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Sorry.
I heard that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So they actually talking about like we all are in a black hole, and I think like when they like we have a previously discussion about like the singularity, the singularity before the big bang without matter, and the singularity in the black hole with matter. So they actually talk about the same thing. So we are the part of the black hole, those who have a matter, because on in the singularity of the big bang we have some matter. So they propose that theory maybe that would be the reason of we are exist, like the universe is exist, something like that. Yeah.
Well, there is an idea that universe is a big black hole, but there are some problems regarding second law of thermodynamics and about the time as well. So, which is not favoring that idea. So there are a lot of details because apparently it's a very good model because it answers some of the questions, but it leaves many questions unanswered. So we may talk about it in a separate room someday because I it's going to be quite a lot of details. This room is not going to be a science class.
It became indeed. Oh, Jack even got bored of the science lecture.
Maybe you lose some subscriber from your YouTube channel.
Because of the science, no way. I think they like science. Come on, like atheist people are being accused by the worshippers of science, right? So the ones who is following a
Yeah.
atheistic channel, most likely they like science.
Yes, exactly. This is the era of science, so it's I think most of the people that uh, have a scientific mind, they often show tendency of becoming atheist. I mean, there is a strange paper about the atheist in the scientific community. The largest community of atheists belong to geologists. Most of the geologists, 59%, I read it somewhere, 59% scientists, geologists are atheists. It's strange.
Yeah, but all that stuff going about Big Bang theory, like kind of is interesting, right? Like if it is false, I was asking this question yesterday. What now? Like Muslims, like what they're gonna say about that? Because it's for God, right? They call it scientific miracle because they think that it was mentioned in the Quran. So what now? So Quran mentions something wrong?
Well, I think the problem with the apologists, specifically with the Muslim apologists, that they can always resort to some kind of vague verse in Quran and try to justify that as a scientific miracle. If you disprove it, they would say, "Oh, it's not a book of science; it's book of science." And when there is a scientific discovery, it becomes a book of science. So they
Yeah, yeah,
keep
yeah.
shifting.
Yeah,
So
I see that, but like this one is not hard to shift because they start the claims with this example. Big Bang is the biggest gun that they had
yeah.
all the time. So and now it's kind of failing, right? So like let's talk about
Yeah,
it more. Like
exactly.
I didn't check it by myself. Maybe I can learn something from you. So what about that model that we had? Things goes into one, singularity and starting to expand from that point. So what changed right now exactly?
Well, the first thing was that the very word Big Bang is problematic. In scientific community, no one thinks that Big Bang is just like beginning or things like that, as Jack was mentioning. So that was, I think, poor understanding of the model. As more and more people are learning exactly what the model says, the claim becomes baseless because it's expansion. It's a sudden expansion, not the beginning that have changed because the Big Bang uh, the word Big Bang, is often construed as a kind of bang in the space and time, that there was a singularity, and from that singularity, everything came into existence. Even at the time the model was proposed, that was not mentioned in the papers. Even those scientific papers did not claim anything like that. It was the poor understanding, and in the uh, popular science media, it was presented in the TVs, in the newspapers, and different sources in a way that was, I think, that was misunderstanding from the beginning. It was misunderstanding, and the popular science media often misrepresent scientific facts, and obviously it does not contain details, and often important details, and selecting only that part of the scientific research that will suit their ideas. So that was cherry picking from those models. And now more and more people are understanding what the in fact papers were saying. Oh, now they are retracking that, oh, okay, we did not mean that, and things like that.
Okay.
But another thing that have improved over the time is that new models have come in the picture, that even make the Big Bang something not the beginning, as it was assumed in any sense. Okay, that it is a beginning. So the concept of beginning from the Big Bang, it's gone. It's not even think of the past. No scientist, no cosmologist believe in this. So inflation is something that we have, and Big Bang is just part of that inflation. So that's how we have improved. And inflation was proposed in 1982 by Alan Guth Lincoln, and things have changed a lot over the time. But the research paper, from the publication to the layman's understanding, there is obviously going to be take a lot of time. So despite that, the papers were published in 1980s. Still, people don't understand what the inflation exactly mean. But obviously, it has come under the limelight of uh, uh, popular media. Yeah. So now things have different face when we see at a public level. But in scientific community, it was never the case.
Cool. Okay, Babar. Kilish didn't talk. What
Hey,
now? Hey, man.
I don't. Hi, how are you?
I'm okay, thanks. How about you?
Yeah, doing good. Hey, I don't have nothing to offer here, so I kept myself silent.
Okay, okay. You're free to listen, but probably I will end the conversation. At least it will be the end for me. So, yeah, I think 3 hours is
Well,
enough for today. I should
3
collect
hours?
some
It's
more
been too
energy.
long.
That's yesterday it was 4.
Okay, it's 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours. I mean, it's okay. Depends.
Yeah, it depends on the day, but at the weekend it will be definitely more. Anyway, so today let's say this is the end,
Well,
at least for YouTube today. And again, thanks for all
okay.
who listened, who joined, and who commented also. Thank you all. And I hope see you
Thank you.
the other day.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
See you around.